boy nerds, time to get 'em on.
Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Don't pause. Press play. 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 Don't pause. Press play. I wanna hear what you got to say. Press play. Press play. I wanna hear what you got to say. Don't pause, press play. Press play. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Don't pause. Press play. 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 Don't pause. Press play. Monsters in the night and you feel the danger that makes you wanna hide. When the cards are stacked against you and you're standing on the edge, now's the time, now's the time. Think about all the dreams you keep inside. Think about all the ones you love. I know this beating heart will be my guide. I know that we can overcome. When the world's so cold and we're losing hope, I need her, I need her. When the darkness comes and we're overrun, yeah, I need her. That's when we need each other. 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 When you're falling faster and don't know where you are, you feel the danger closer than your heart. When the weight is getting heavy.
What is up, everybody? My name is Connor Vagel, coming to you live from the NIU Esports Arena once again here in DeKalb, Illinois, where it is about to get snowy. And if you guys just noticed on your screen, you saw the standings for this esports collegiate competition in League of Legends. We'll go back to that in just a second. We're going to go here real quick. Well, yep, there we go. We're going to go ahead and pause it on this one. We've got Northeastern up in at 2-0, tied as well with Northern Illinois and the University of Akron and Miami, all tied at 2-0 early on in this season. We've also got at 1-1 Buffalo, Central Michigan, and Kent State. 1-2 Eastern Michigan, but they do have that tiebreaker. That's why they are above Kent State right now. Ball State in Western Michigan, Ohio, and Bowling Green all starting winless so far. Bowling Green has only played one game, though, so that is something to keep in mind. Looking at the rest of this, Western Michigan is 0-2, but they have played two of the strongest teams in the competition. They started off their season against, I believe it was Miami, and I believe they played Akron. I will double check that and get back to you on that one. But that is to say that it is not a team that you want to just go ahead and give up on. Despite that 0-2 record compared to NIU's 2-0, this should be a close game today. Just along the lines of what we saw against Ball State on Wednesday, I believe it was, where NIU pulled off that 2-1 victory. They were able to take that one in Game 3. They had a really quick Game 1, finishing in 18.5 minutes. Game number 2 went pretty much in favor of Ball State, and then Game 3 was a back-and-forth affair that ended up being finished off by the Huskies. So today, the Huskies and the Broncos will take on each other on Summoner's Rift in a best-of-3 to see what happens here. We've also, let's go through the starting lineup. I don't have one for Western Michigan quite yet, but we will get that very shortly. But for NIU, we have up in the top lane, Alpha Squirtle 81. The jungler is going to be PCH, the mid laner, Space Marine 18. The bot lane is going to consist of Summoner XD and Crix GG. They're coached by Garmore, and they are ready to take on this Broncos team that, let's see if we have a lineup for them. We do not quite yet. So I believe they're waiting on one more person here from Western Michigan. So we may have a bit of a delay here in this one, and we can then go through the standings, tell you if there's been any updates in terms of games today, that sort of idea. But while we do wait for that, we'll go ahead and look here at the standings. So Northeastern took on Buffalo on Wednesday and ended up taking the 2-0. But that was one of those matchups that you really want to look at if you're a fan of NIU or any team in the in the Esports Collegiate Conference, because Northeastern and Buffalo have been highly considered to be the top two teams in the conference, then followed by Miami and Kent State, and then NIU in there as well. So, looking at it though, Northeastern played very well against Buffalo. And Buffalo showed that despite having some of the best mechanical players in the conference, there is a formula to beat them. So we'll see if other teams are able to take advantage of that formula as the season moves on. NIU, like we said, started off with that nice 2-0 against Central Michigan and then moved on to a 2-1 victory on Wednesday against the Ball State University squad. But yeah, looking on through, let's look while we have a second at what matchups we have going on today. So we will. You guys won't be able to see this. I will go ahead and take a look and let you know what's going on in the Esports Collegiate Conference. But while we do that, we are just going to give you a quick update that we are waiting on one of the Western Michigan players. They do have up to 20 minutes to get to the game and into they have 15. Yes. So at 2:15, they would have to choose whether they're going to play it out or figure out something else. We do want to bring you a game today, so we would really hope that we don't have to accept any victories by forfeit here, but we will keep you updated on the progress as to what this is going on with. So let's run through what's happened so far in the Esports Collegiate Conference in these various 2 weeks or 2 rounds of gameplay that we've had so far. We on day 1 we had for game 1, day 1 we had Eastern Michigan take on Bowling Green, and they were able to take that 2-0 victory. NIU beat Central Michigan 2-0. Akron beat Ohio 2-0. Miami beat Ball State 2-0. Buffalo beat Kent State 2-0, and Northeastern beat Western Michigan 2-1. Then in week 2, we had Central Michigan beat Eastern Michigan 2-1. Bowling Green and Akron was postponed. Northern Illinois and Ball State, that was the 2-1 that we keep talking about. Kent State beat Ohio 2-0. Miami beat Western Michigan 2-0, and Northeastern beat Buffalo 2-0. So far this weekend, the only game that we've seen played so far is Akron versus Eastern Michigan. They've already taken that 2-0 victory. Akron did over Eastern Michigan. Looking at some of these other matchups today, we've got Central Michigan taking on Ball State, Bowling Green, and Kent State. Us and Western Michigan, Ohio versus Northeastern, and Redhawks versus Miami versus Buffalo, I should say. So that should be the one to watch, aside from ours for this weekend, is that Miami versus Buffalo contest. Looking here, looks like Miami's players have become available, so we should be getting into game any minute now here. All right. So all of that confusion is done and over with, but looking through it, we'll go through the lineup for this Western Michigan squad. In the top lane, it's going to be Dusk to Dawn. In the jungle, it's going to be Baka. In the mid lane, it's going to be Dragon Magic. Floxian will be their AD carry, and Blue Tachyone will be their support. Looking across at these matchups, it is pretty evenly matched. NIU has the advantage in some of these lanes. Though Alpha Squirtle is unranked at this point, he usually sits around Diamond 2, Diamond 1, and that matches up pretty well with the Dusk to Dawn Diamond 3 ranking right now. PCH is Diamond 3 compared to Baka's Diamond 2. The biggest advantage NIU will be in the mid lane and the support roles, where Space Marine 18 currently outranks Dragon Magic Diamond 3 to Gold 2. Summoner XD and Floxian, Platinum 3 to Platinum 4. No big difference there. And Crix GG is Master ranked right now compared to Blue Tachyone's Platinum 4. Looks like both teams are ready. We'll jump into Champion Select right now. And so let's go ahead and get you that Champion Select. It looks like NIU is going to ban away the Aatrox, starting it off with an early Aatrox ban. Something that definitely can be played. It's shown a lot of strength into the Gnar, something that we've seen NIU play quite a bit this season. Udyr, we've also seen that is a priority, and there go the lights on me. Hold up. There we go. I apologize. Udyr is something that PCH puts a little bit of an emphasis on, so that one's going to be banned away by Western Michigan. And Anivia is something that Space Marine 18 puts emphasis on and banned away by Western Michigan. NIU does not like to play into or with the Seraphine. That'll be banned, as well as the Galio, as that has a lot of that map-wide pressure that can be applied and a lot of anti-mage capabilities, which makes sense compared, or looking at Space Marine 18's current pool that he's played so far in the collegiate season. A lot of control mages, so that would make sense there. Kaisa's up, so no surprise there. They're going to pick it away. NIU will take what is considered the strongest first pick in the game right now. If it's available, almost every team is picking that Kaisa. I would not be surprised to see something like the Lucian into it, depending on what Phyrexian plays on this one. Dustodon has 4 seconds to pick up a champion for his team. It's going to be the Olaf locked in for Western Michigan, something that definitely can go and get to the back line if need be to kind of knock down this Kaisa or whatever damage dealer. We didn't mention the Lilia is the ban from the side of Western Michigan, another ban towards PCH. He has that one. Sorry, I was just looking at the one in client, but PCH wants us to know he was Diamond 2. Very, very adamant that he wants us to know that. But Jin is going to be the pickup for Phyrexian. Like we said, it's also considered one of those top tier AD carries. It's not going to be banned away right now, so it'll be picked up, and does allow them to have some of that long range engage in the bot lane. Pantheon going to kind of answer the same type of role for NIU, has that more global ultimate to be able to run around. We've seen that one played in the top lane, in the mid lane, in the jungle, pretty much everywhere you can play Pantheon right now, especially with those changes over the off season. So it will be very interesting. Thank you so much to Wolf's Blood for subscribing with Prime. As you guys see that in there, be sure to use your Prime subscription if you have one available. Ornn going to be a pickup for NIU here. That's no surprise with the either the Gnar or the Ornn focus in the top lane quite a bit so far this season. We have yet to see Alpha Squirtle play anything other than those two champions. Dragon Magic is going to go ahead and pick up something here for his team. Likely going to be the top lane answer, unless they want to be banned out on that role, and it is. It's going to be the Urgot locked in for Dragon Magic. A pick that is interesting into Ornn. Definitely can win the lane. We have not been seeing as much of a emphasis on Urgot, but does have a lane focus there. That as he does scale pretty heavily, such as Ornn does. So I can see what they're going for with that one. Yone going to be the ban away from Western Michigan. The champion has been something that is played in some of these Pantheon Yone types of compositions in the with the long range movement of Kaisa and then the long range ultimate on Ornn. NIU going to go ahead and ban something away here with 2 seconds left. It's going to be the Thresh. They don't want to play that themselves. They don't want to have the Jin Thresh bot lane available to Blue Tachyon. Pardon me if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. If you're a Western Michigan fan and you know the pronunciation of Blue Tachyon or Tachyone, let me know in the in the chat, and we will get that clarified. Gonna be Victor banned away by the side of Western Michigan, something that can go in the mid lane. We've seen it flex to the bot lane as a support and a bot laner as well. Not that I'd expect it into this composition, but it looks like that might have been a prepared ban for the side of Western Michigan. And Maokai going to be the ban, so really limiting that bot lane champion pool. That makes me question whether this might be a Pantheon support. I would not believe it would be. I would imagine this is going to be a Pantheon jungle Although here is the hover of the Talia. Talia likely going into the jungle in this matchup, though that would nope, it is going to be flexed around there. So my thought would be that that would put Urgot and Olaf in an odd spot, but Talia mid is not nearly as strong as the Talia jungle, especially with some of those pick type of top laners, such as the Renekton. But Cassiopeia going to be the focus anyway, so we will see what Space Marine wants to pick into that. It is going to be the Syndra. So another Control Mage versus Control Mage matchup, something that we've seen them pick into very often, and there it is, it's Rel. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see the first Rel coming out from Crix of the collegiate season. He has been wanting to show this pick. It has been banned against him quite a bit, and we will see exactly how this one plays out. It is a champion that you don't see as often in solo queue, so I am very interested to see how some of these how this champion will function in the lane, especially with the Kai'Sa. Karma going to be the answer to that one. Likely with the AP threat from the Cassiopeia, we could be seeing a Moonstone type of build on the Karma. We will have to check that one out and see. All right. As always, ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the chat right now if you believe NIU or Western Michigan won the draft, and we will we'll call that out when we see it. We do want to know if you who's going to win this game, who's going to win the draft, and what your predictions are. So please let us know in that chat right over there. And as we look at this, we are going to be 3 minutes until break, or sorry, 3 minutes until the games start. So we will go ahead and throw you to the splash screens, and we will be back in just about 3 minutes to get you game number 1 of this series. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and excuse me, I was having a bit of a coughing fit there, so that's why the music stopped a little bit there. But we should be in it. Excuse me, my goodness. Into game number 1 here. For oh my goodness, hold up. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to try that one again. So we should be into game number 1 of NIU versus Western Michigan any second now. And away, if I can get there, away we go with game number 1. Looking on through this one, we do have on the blue side, it's NIU with the, let's go through those compositions one more time. It's the Ornn in the top lane versus, or with the Pantheon, the Syndra, the Kai'Sa, and then the Rel. Rel does have stopwatch as well as the Relic Shield. We do see that the refillable potions do start out on both the junglers there, as well as Ornn's going to pick up a refillable potion for himself, but not any additional, since he does have that ability to kill a couple minions and then grab his starting item in lane. So he will have the slight advantage there. Mid lane, we do have the Corrupting Potion on the Syndra versus the Cassiopeia having the Doran's Ring there. Both junglers going to opt for the Chilling Smite start there, and both supports going to opt for the Relic Shield. Looking at through the runes and the summoner spells, we do see teleports in the top lane as expected. We see teleports in the mid lane as well, and then we see heal and ignite for the NIU bot lane, heal and exhaust for the Western Michigan bot lane. Going to be a deep ward placed by NIU, just in the river there to make sure that there's not an invade happening. Whereas we do see on the side of Western Michigan, they just place their own ward in there and kind of defend against a possible invade. It will be a top side start for the Pantheon and a bot side start for the Olaf. So Olaf going to get a little bit of a better leash here. Excuse me. We do see that the side of Olaf is going to go for a little bit of a faster full clear, but we do see a little bit of a trade here. Ornn going to take a lot of damage there from the Urgot, and the Grasp of the Undying proc does come through to make sure that he does not lose all of his health, but he has had to use both of his refillable potion stacks. Now Biscuits have come through, the first ones there. We see the first one of the first one of the Biscuits coming through on Ornn, Syndra, and on the Karma. One more time, let's go through the runes, since we have a second here, as there's a little bit of a trade going in on the mid lane. But we see the Grasp of the Undying on the Ornn, then we see Conquer, Phase Rush, Hail of Blades, and the Aftershock from top to bottom for NIU. Urgot's going to start off with the Press the Attack, Conquer on the Olaf, Phase Rush on the Cassiopeia, as is pretty standard now. I know there was a time that we used to have the Conqueror. That's a nice stun coming through from Space Marine. Able to trade a little back. Ornn going to be forced to flash, as that was a nice dash forward to try to get the lockdown from the Urgot. But Jhin with the Dark Harvest, and then the Guardian, I believe that is, on the Karma. Looking on at these lanes, pretty even in farm across. The only lane that Western Michigan has built a bit of a lead off of is that top side. Urgot is ranged compared to the melee of Ornn, and so with that now coming through the Doran's Shield, that's going to be Ornn finally being able to contest in that lane a little bit more. Though Urgot did back and grab a cull. We do see Olaf starting up towards the top side. We'll see if he's just willing to push this one in a little bit. Ornn able to back away, so yeah, it is just going to be Olaf pushing that one out a little bit and then backing away. Olaf's going to look for an invade, but we do see on the bot side, this is going to be the engage from the NIU bot lane. They're going to get the stun back onto Rel. Rel's going to just take a lot of damage there, so nice trade back from the side of Western Michigan. But NIU taking that initial trade, and they do have the Ignite burned off the Rel. So now this is going to be NIU looking to re-engage. Flash forward from the Rel. This is going to be the stun, forcing the flash out from the Jhin, but Summoner XD does have his flash available, and he will go ahead and dash on in and finish off that kill. Well played by NIU's bot lane, grabbing that first blood and getting on out of there. Olaf just invading on the blue side for NIU, but on the blue side of Western Michigan, we do see that Pantheon has invaded as well. Now, he's going to posture towards the mid lane, and we might see a 2v2 breakout here. Both teams going to disengage from that one, and it will just be the roam from both of the junglers. So both junglers opted into a bit of vertical jungling there with the invades. Now they'll go towards their bot or their red sides respectively of their own. Pantheon is in position here if the NIU bot lane wants to roam up and help him out with that Cloud Drake. So we will not see the Cloud Soul in this one, but that should be a possibly an early take. Pantheon now going to see that his blue side has been invaded, and he will just go ahead and back away and grab his item. Now this is NIU's just playing a little safe here. Ornn just being forced to farm under turret for the most part, trying to push it out a little bit, but does go ahead and grab that one. Now with this boot's completed, we will see this go on through. Karma going to roam around, look to see if she can't place a ward on this Drake pit. Vision ward does come out on the, or control ward does come out on the Pixel Brush there, whereas NIU is going to take the Tri Rush. That ward is not going to be spotted out by Karma doing the Scar's Bloom, so well done. Good ward by Crix to end up grabbing that Vision and know if they are they're roaming on down and getting a gank against them. Both top laners are level 6. We do see mid laners level 6 as well, and the bot lane is all tied up at 4, and junglers at 5. So pretty evenly matched here. The only difference, the gold lead, that's going to be NIU going back in though. Just a nice dash forward, nice stun coming through from Crix, and he'll just back away though. PCH was there, but was shadowed by the Olaf, so NIU decides they're not going to take that fight, and does opt out of that one. This is a lot of damage coming through from Dusty Dawn, but Elf Squirtle able to just dive away from that one, and he will be out of there. Now, this is the ultimate coming out from the Urgot, but Flash is being burned by Space Marine and by Olaf, and that's going to be the kill going over towards Olaf. He'll go ahead and start up his Drake, but this is going to be the Flash coming through from Pantheon. This is a level 6 on the Olaf, and that might be a little too far, as Olaf is going to go ahead and actually donate that one over to Jhin, and that will be 2 kills going over towards the side of Western Michigan, as well as the Cloud Drake, as Pantheon, PCH got a little bit too greedy on that one, flashing over the wall, trying to get that one fouled up, but with the smite available, Olaf was able to heal enough to stay alive in that fight. Western Michigan also controlling a lot of the vision around the Dragon Pit there, so they did have a bit of the advantage on that fight, and they showed for it. So they will get the quick level advantage, as well as now in the mid lane they will have that advantage as well. Olaf pinging that he's going to be going bot side. We'll see if they want to engage on this one. He does have level 7 compared to the bot laners at level 6, and Pantheon is a level down here. Now, this is going to be a dash onto the Jhin, as Rel could be in a bad spot here. The exhaust does come down. Teleport is going to be channeled by, looks like that is the Urgot, sorry, not Urgot, Ornn, going to be doing that. Curtain Call has been called up, and that will be the kill going over towards the Olaf, killing onto Rel there. So we do see now 3-1 in favor of the Western Michigan team here. The Broncos are up in this one, as NIU had to use a couple of summoner spells there, and advantage. Oh, nice flash being burned by Cassiopeia to make sure that that was not a pick. If that stun had landed, PCH was right there and was going to be able to grab that kill, but did walk over a ward getting there, so Cassiopeia smartly knew to go ahead and flash and get out alive on that one. Let's go ahead and reset a little bit. The gold has gone up, about a 700 gold advantage in favor of Western Michigan, as they are 2 kills up on this one. Now, this is going to be a lot of the... That is Ragnarok used by Olaf, and Karma is going to be donated that kill, but a lot of knowing that Flash was not available on the Syndra, Olaf just proccing his Ragnarok to make sure that he did not get stunned by that QE combo from the Syndra, and they will pick up their 4th kill of the game. Western Michigan up 4-1 in favor or in kills. Now Urgot just going to go ahead and pressure off Alpha Squirtle 81 a little bit from this wave. Dust to Dawn doing a nice job of just farming this one out and holding a nice little farm advantage. Olaf pressuring lanes pretty well here. Now able to grab the second objective of the game for Western Michigan. They're going to grab the Rift Herald and roam up with Karma. So they're just leaving Jin to farm alone in this lane, and he's doing a good job of it. Is down 13 CS, but the kills more than make up for it across the board. With Karma backing, Ornn knows he has the ability to go in here. Pantheon is hovering towards the bot side, but with the control wards in those in the Dragon Pit and the bush there, that will be enough to spot him away. Control ward is going to be placed on the top side, and Western Michigan doing a very good job of controlling the early vision game here. That is the main place where they are able to set up these plays and grab their objectives. Now, that's a nice ward placed by Crix, able to take a little bit of damage here. Now, on the top side, we do see a fight breaking out, and that is Urgot able to just do a nice chunk, but Olaf is hovering here. It looks like they may want to dive on this one. With the ultimate available for Urgot, this could be the full engage. Instead, it is going to be oh, that's an unfortunate stun missing, as we are seeing action all over, as that's going to be the kill going on to NIU, or is it? No. As the heal does mean that Karma is going to get out of that one just enough health to be alive here with the gank coming through from Pantheon. NIU looks like they may want to re-engage on this one. Olaf is roaming on down, but NIU is just going to elect to take some damage onto the turret. Anyway, going back to that top lane fight, what we did see was the that's the dash forward. Now the magnetic pulse, I believe that's called, did mean that that's going to actually be the flash coming through from Kaisa, but Cassiopeia is here. Will this be enough to get out? Kaisa is just going to have to get away here, and the shield will mean that she will not live. Nice damage through from Cassiopeia, and NIU, unfortunate from Ornn, not able to grab that one. But NIU down big early on here, about 2,000 gold and 5 kills, and Karma rightly pinging onto that Drake spawning in just about 15 seconds now. But that is going to be the Rift Herald spawn in the mid lane. Now, that's a nice flash forward from Pantheon. He's going to grab the damage onto Floxy, and will it be enough? That's going to be one more auto will do it, and there it is. That's now going to be, though, Urgot taking enough damage to live through that turret shot. Just one more, but does grab the kill onto Ornn with the ultimate there. Now, NIU looks to possibly steal here. Pantheon is available, and Olaf and Karma are going to run, or Cassiopeia are going to run away. That's not going to be a nice stun onto Cassio. NIU looks to possibly just take this Drake, and instead it is going to be the Olaf looking to possibly steal, but now NIU looks like they might want to re-engage. They instead choose to just go for this Rift Scuttle, and Crix will be taking these axes from the Olaf, but that is a 3-0-3 Olaf, up about 15 CS here in this lane, or sorry, in the jungle. So Western Michigan able to prioritize some of their top side play and really getting the advantage there in that side, whereas NIU is playing towards bot lane. And the lead really for Western Michigan has come through the jungle, top, and mid at this point. Karma able to roam pretty well, so she is included in that one. Now, this could be NIU looking for a pick. They're going to sit in that bush. There is not vision on them. Now, a ward does get placed. Crix is going to go forward, and they're going to go ahead and just clear out this ward. They've been sussed out on that one, so they will just back away. Now, a little bit of damage coming through from the Ornn back onto the Urgot, and instead it'll be nicely done. Able to proc the Bellows Breath to make sure that he does not get hit with that with the dash forward from the Urgot, as he is untargetable during that time, or not untargetable, but immovable during that time. Now, NIU going to continue to farm out the spot lane, getting a nice little farm advantage in the bot and mid lanes to make up for that farm disadvantage in the top and jungle. Now, Olaf is top lane here. Ornn should rightfully back away from this one anyway, so he will do so. And this is another time of the kill brush coming through. NIU looking for this one. Olaf once again just hovering. We'll see if the Ornn gets greedy. He is just kind of hovering in one space, kind of holding the wave in place. And finally, Olaf is going to channel that back once again, kind of wasting a lot of time. Pantheon has been able to grab a little bit of an advantage for himself. Now, another engage. Now, nice dash away from both Ornn and Olaf. And Ornn going to be forced to flash on that one as the undertow does come through from the Olaf, but not going to be enough to grab the kill. The bot lane for Western Michigan has roamed up towards the mid lane here, and NIU going to try to push out this wave, look to possibly grab first turret, although that may come through the top side as we're post 14 minutes and these turrets will drop very quickly. The turret race for first brick does come through, and with NIU being forced off the bot side, it is going to go to the side of Western Michigan, and even more of an advantage in gold going over towards the Olaf here. He's already got his Gore Drinker compared to the Eclipse from the Pantheon, and now that is a 3-0-3, 350 gold bounty Olaf in the jungle for Western Michigan. NIU looking to ping on towards the bot side. They may look to dive here with that turret getting close to death, though they do believe that they have vision there, so they will just back away and reset. Luden's Tempest is finished up for the Syndra. Leandri's Torment is the mythic item for the Cassiopeia. We do see Gale Force now finished by the Kaisa. Looks like that is going to be the build path for the Jhin as well, pretty standard. And it is going to be the Moonstone coming through from Karma. Looks like Rel is going to grab, likely going to be one of the either the Chem Tank or the Sunfire Cape, I believe. And that does look like one of the Sunfire items will come through from the Ornn as well. He did grab an early Thorn armor. Thornmail, not Thornmail, but Bramble Vest. That's right. That's what builds into it. That is now the mythic finish for Stridebreaker. I apologize, is finished for the Urgot, so he has the additional dash available, and that's going to be NIU finishing off the bot lane turret and able to even this one out at 1. But in the meantime, Olaf and company will finish off that Rift Herald, so they will have both Heralds in this game. NIU did get the Drake, so it is 1-1 in Drakes, but now with the Ocean Soul, the one in play here, NIU pinging onto that first Ocean Drake, wanting to take the lead and put themselves in position to start stacking the Drakes towards Soul Point. Urgot is in the mid lane, so if NIU steps out of position, they may be caught out here. They do see Urgot, though, so that's going to be on a ward now. Nice dash away from Urgot to make sure that they don't get the pick onto him. Looks like that's going to be the channel of the second Rift Herald. Both are going to go towards mid lane to try to just knock down that turret. And nice undertow comes through. Does a little bit of damage there, but NIU just going to look to try to keep this one off. And usually you'd expect that, there it is, the Rift Herald play into just going mid or going towards the Dragon. And they do take out the mid lane turret, and this is going to be Western Michigan starting up that Drake. Will NIU look to get a steal? They're going to step onto the Pantheon. Is going to take a lot of damage here. Now this is the curtain call coming through, and Dragon Magic is very low here. Nice flash away from Syndra, making sure that she does not get hit by that ultimate. And now nice damage flash away. The magnetic undertow does come through, and this is going to be the Ornn ultimate. He does come back here. That's going to be NIU answering with a 3-for-1. Now could be 4, as they are going to keep on going here. Dusted On has slain Summoner XD. That's going to be another kill coming through, though, by Baka. Now Dragon Magic is going to go ahead and grab that one. He's going to get the double kill, and so it will be a 3-for-3 extended here. NIU does have, though, Western Michigan in a bad spot here. That's going to be the poke coming through onto Dragon Magic, and we'll see if the Western Michigan squad will be able to get out here. They're going to be funneling towards the bot side. Syndra is on the chase. Will she be able to get the pick here? That's going to be the undertow to slow her down, and with the with the miasma coming through, Western Michigan is going to be able to escape those last 2 members of their squad. Karma is coming back here, so NIU might want to be careful to not re-engage on this one, though they do have Kaisa and the Rel coming back as well. We will see if this is still the fight over that Drake. Looks like it may well be. Olaf has started up. NIU is pinging onto it. Olaf does back away now, and we will see if NIU wants to take this one. There's going to be the blue buff started up, and this trade is still going on for this Mountain Soul, I should say, not Ocean, but Mountain has continued to go through. Now, nice damage coming through from Syndra, and they're going to just try to zone here. Olaf is here, though, and a lot of damage dropping onto him. Urgot going to be able to grab one. Now, he is stunned away from that, and that is going to be Alpha Squirtle grabbing the one. Olaf does get the Gore Drink to come through. That's a nice ultimate coming through from the Cassiopeia. Now, that's going to be 2 dropping for NIU. Now, 3, and with the double kill coming through from the Cassiopeia, that is going to be the Mountain Drake finish by Western Michigan. And in the long trade, extended a couple of fights there. It ends up being 4 for 6 in favor of Western Michigan. They will extend their kill lead to 7, and they will extend their gold lead to 4,000 here at 20 minutes. And they may look to take this Baron. I don't believe they have the damage available to them right now, but they will posture towards it. With with Kaisa available for NIU as well as Rel, they will back away. And they will just go ahead and reset. NIU going to have to try to clear out these waves and see if they cannot scale back into this game. But the team fighting has gone in favor of Western Michigan so far. So NIU needing to play that a little bit better. The Cassiopeia and the Olaf are getting absolutely monstrous. 4-0-8 on the Olaf. 5-0-3 on the Cassiopeia. And sitting at a 500 gold bounty each. NIU able to kill one of those 2 would really get a lot of gold into their pockets. Compared to those 2 on NIU, the jungle and mid lane counterparts are 1, 3, and 2 each. Just getting, unfortunately, the team comp is really well played for fighting here and locking down the targets on the side of Western Michigan. Urgot going to roam towards the bot lane, see if he can't get that tier 1 turret. He takes the turrets very quickly, so we'll see if he does, but with the wave getting there, he probably won't be able to take it on this rotation. Nice stun coming through. Cassiopeia Syndra gonna look for this one. Pantheon does use his ultimate on down, and with that through, that's gonna be Flash coming through. The stun to make sure that Syndra does not die here, and PCH with a nice turn of events and able to really nicely save his Syndra there. And that is one of the ways you get back on the board, is getting those picks. And so we will see. Now, this could be a pick towards the mid lane. NIU's bot lane is smartly going to back off there, as Olaf and Cassiopeia had been roaming back from the jungle to that lane. Pantheon does not have ultimate, but is going to be roaming back up towards the mid lane. We'll see if this is going to be a fight breaking out, as Western Michigan is going to try to just systematically clear out the vision in the NIU jungle to make sure that they have a safe take and know if NIU is approaching. If they do, start at the Baron. Now, they are going to go ahead and try to death brush on that river entrance there, but NIU going to just suss that one out, walk away, and keep their carries and their team alive. Looking at the gold state, is still just about a 4,000 gold lead. NIU is down 1 Drake. It's the Mountain. If they're able to even that out, it likely would mean that there is not going to be a soul this game, unless this game gets stalled out very long. Luden's Tempest has... Luden's was already finished. Now, this is Sunfire Cape coming through from Ornn, as well as Ornn is level 12. So that is the one thing that if you're NIU, this 4,000 gold lead starts to chisel away once Ornn hits level 13, as that is when his ultimate, when his upgrades do come online. So he will be able to turn that Sunfire Cape into a Forge Fire Cape at level 13, and then from each level onwards, he will be able to upgrade one of his teammates' mythic items from here on out up until 17. Would likely be looking at it, the Gale Force finish into, I believe that's the Syzygy, if I'm not mistaken. That might be the one for the Immortal Shield Bow, though. But Gale Force would be likely be the first one there. Urgot and Olaf both here. That's going to be the nice engage onto Syndra, but able to back away nicely as the ultimate had been used by the Urgot. Olaf now going to try to get a pick onto the mid lane. NIU just trying to 1-3-1 clear these waves and scale, whereas Western Michigan is trying to opt into some of these team fights. NIU trying to just disengage until they feel they're strong enough with those Ornn upgrades. Now that does miss. The Curtain Call does come through. Nice stun coming through as the flash does from Pantheon. And NIU will get out alive there, burning only a flash in response to the ultimate coming through from the Jhin, the Curtain Call there. And this will be, though, Western Michigan pressuring onto this tier 2 in the mid lane. NIU is going to roam up the Ornn. The stun does not land, and Western Michigan just going to try to get out there. They will likely just position around this Drake, trying to get the third Drake for themselves. Now, NIU going to try to push out the mid lane, see if they can't get that as well, and they will just back out towards the top side there. So, looks like this is going to be the split call. To make sure that the Drake does not get taken by Western Michigan, NIU is going to posture towards the Baron and say, you know what? You can try to take this, but we will instead just try the Baron. It does look like Urgot is going to go ahead and try to solo this Drake while NIU is on the Baron. They're going to back away, just doing the Baron dance now. They will ping back onto it as they think they can really just through this. But with the vision, that's going to be Drake going over towards Western Michigan, as well as they are sitting on vision, and the teleport does come through. This could be bad for NIU. Undertow and the Ragnarok do come through. That's going to be Baka getting one. He's unstoppable now, but he's going to go ahead and get killed off. NIU is going to trade this one back 2 for 1 now, but the Cassiopeia is doing monstrous amounts of damage. That's going to be her ultimate coming through, but Syndra's going to have to do the damage, or sorry, Kai'Sa's going to have to do the damage, but that is now a 3 for 2 in favor of Western Michigan. And with the flashes, that's Curtain Call coming through again, and now that's going to be another one, and a 4 for 2 in favor of Western Michigan as they are able to get that Cassiopeia online and in a hurry, and Jhin able to get the nice lockdowns. It will be the Baron not started up by Western Michigan, and NIU is going to be able to just delay that one. But at this point, they have minions on their next, or on their inhibitor turret in the mid lane, as well as they are on. They're down 2 Drakes, and Western Michigan is on Soul Point at this point. 17-9 is the kills in favor of Western Michigan. NIU going to have to make a big comeback in this game if they want to be on set point for this match. Kai'Sa does have the Collector that came through, so as well as she does have one of the Grievous Wounds items there, so they will be trying to negate some of this healing coming through from Olaf and Urgot. The Stridebreaker doesn't have as much of the lifesteal, so the big thing for Western Michigan's lineup in terms of healing is that Olaf with his innate lifesteal, as well as the Gore Drinker, and then he does have the nice dash forward from Dust to Dawn, but is going to be enough. That's going to be the dash back, or the ultimate coming through, and the pick is going to come through. Western Michigan will grab both Pantheon and Kai'Sa here, and that will be the pings onto the Baron with the jungler dead for NIU. Western Michigan has a pretty good shot at this one. NIU's damage dealers have been taken off the board. Pantheon not available for another 30 seconds. NIU doesn't really have a way to contest this this Baron, though Pantheon does have ultimate, or that is the ping from the Western Michigan side, I should say, so they will be mindful of that one. But with a 6,500 gold lead, as well as no jungler for NIU, and no damage dealer right now, that will be the Baron going over to all 5 members of Western Michigan, and they will back off. That, as you see on your screen, 6, 1, and 10 on the Olaf, just playing really well as Baka this game with that 150 gold bounty on his head. But Cassiopeia also 5, 0, and 5 with that 500 gold advantage bounty right now, and 150 gold now the bounty onto the Jhin. It is going to be the Ornn upgrading the Kai'Sa mythic item there. This is going to be the Gale Force turned into the Typhoon. That's the one. As we do see now a Typhoon on the Kaisa. Does mean that that's about 1,000 gold worth of stats onto her right now, and does upgrade the Sunfire or the Forge Fire Cape even further for Ornn, and upgrade his resistances. So we will see if NIU is able to just kind of stall and scale into this game. But with the Baron available now, that's going to be just the slow coming through. So not going to be an engage. Undertow does land on to the Rel here. And just a little bit of poke coming through from the Cassiopeia. That is what she specializes in, is getting a little bit of poke and it just bleeding you down. And IU going to try to back away here, try to get the reset onto the Rel. They will instead just keep her there. She does have a little bit of gold in her coffers there. And Ornn trying to get those upgrades. Now, he is down 2 levels on this one. So we will see if he's able to do anything there. With the Urgot having the level 2 ultimate, level 3 ultimate available to himself. He'll continue to just do damage onto the Ornn. That is Curtain Call landing. Rel going to just dash away from that one, and Curtain Call going to go all the way through. NIU just kind of having to battle against these baroned up minions. They have good wave clear, but they'll have to now battle against that cannon, which is the hardest one to fight against here. Olaf going to roam on towards that towards the bot side with the Ornn available. He will be able to get away, and instead, Western Michigan will just take that tier 2 in the bot lane. NIU going to look for the pick onto Jhin. With so much vision, though, on the in their own jungle, NIU really can't do much to fight this here. There's going to be the Undertow and the Cassiopeia. Nice stun coming through, but that is going to be actually the dive onto the Olaf. Not quite the right timing there, as he did have the Ragnarok in progress. So the stun already, he had not been stunned by the Syndra, and then the Pantheon stun also was negated by it. So really well done to get that Ragnarok off, but Olaf really showing that he can be that natural counter to that Pantheon jungle, as the main thing that you want to do with that Pantheon is grab a lot of lockdown, and with the Olaf having the Ragnarok available to himself, the ultimate is a natural counter there. NIU going to look to see if they can't re-engage here. They are going to actually probably get into a rough spot with that re-engage. The Miasma does come through. Now, this is a bunch of damage coming through from the Cassiopeia, and with the ultimate coming through, that is going to be the stuns. NIU's turrets are going to fall 22 to 23 to 9, and that is the Nexus turrets falling. Will they be able to grab the pick here? That is no more mana onto the Olaf, but he does have Ragnarok available, just enough for that, and he will be able to get out there. Now, Western Michigan going to roam up towards this Mountain Soul. Bounties on every member of Western Michigan. They are playing this really fantastically, really controlling the vision in the jungle for NIU. NIU, if we take a look, we'll do that after the fight here, as that is the Curtain Call, and NIU not even going to be able to contest that Mountain Soul. They will just try to grab the red buff for themselves. But looking on through, the blue side vision is a single ward. Well, now they've been able to add a couple more to that, but at the time was a single ward. Red side vision is much more diverse in there. They've been able to put their vision all the way through quite well. And looking on through, NIU now going to have to see if there's anything else they can do here. As they will be just trying to hold on to this one, but Baron does come up in a couple more minutes, but looks like we might see a pick in the jungle there, possibly, as Kaisa and Rel had been in a position to be picked off there. Does instead get taken by the side of Western Michigan, and they'll just, by the bot lane of NIU, and they will back away from that one. That is a large group of minions in the bot lane there. 2 inhibitors already down for NIU. Always the chance that they make a pick here and grab this game, but with the Mountain Soul available for Western Michigan, not much that I expect to happen here. Undertow does come through, does not land, but now we do see that's the stun going to be missed as well from the Syndra. Western Michigan just looking to push out this top lane, grab all 3 inhibitors, and then grab the game for themselves. Baron is available in 20 seconds. They'll go ahead and run up towards that. And NIU will be forced to just kind of hold in their own base and see if they cannot try to, hold out through this Baron-empowered minion push. And yeah, they're not even going to be able to mount an attempt at a steal here. Likely this will be immediately Western Michigan running towards the top lane. But indeed, they're going to go ahead and do that. They have the advantage there. Syndra's in a bad spot trying to hold out this lane. And now with the Baron minion there, they will back away. Now, teleport does come through from Cassiopeia. She's going to go ahead and they're just going to try to siege down this top lane. Though Urgot is going to try to push in the mid lane as well. And Syndra will be all alone to deal with these 4 members of Western Michigan. Now, they do go ahead and grab this. It likely will be just the damage onto the turret. Now, Rel, we're going to go ahead and lock in with the Kaisa, but Curtain Call lands. Stun comes through, but we will see what we've got going on there. And that is going to be nice stun onto Urgot, or onto Olaf once again, but not going to be able to do much damage now. That's actually Urgot on the other side. We didn't notice this, but there's going to be the engage from NIU, and Ragnarok does come through. They are going to be able to grab onto the Karma, but that is a lot of damage already. The Kaisa is dead. Pantheon is going to go down as well. This is going to be the game from Western Michigan. They're going to go ahead, and Olaf is just so tanky right now. The Ornn versus the world on this one. He's just going to continue to be whittled down, but instead it will be Western Michigan finishing off the game, and they will take game number 1 in this best of 3 series, and NIU will have to reverse sweep if they want to win this one and stay undefeated on the day. We'll be back in just a little bit with game number 2. Until then, just stay seated, stay where you are, or grab a snack, do what you need to. But we will be back in just about 3 minutes with game number 2. Thank you so much. My apologies. I am muted. You are right. Thank you guys so much. Anyway, what I was saying, we had the Gnar. Looked like that was an answer to that Aatrox ban that they had, but that is something that is very strong into this Gnar. We will see if that is indeed the pick of the Camille. And with 9 seconds left, that it is. It is the hover there and the finish. We have the Seraphine now. So going through this, because I was muted, my apologies. We had the Anivia, the Rel, and the Udyr banned away by the side of Western Michigan. NIU answered with the Aatrox, the Olaf, and then missed a ban themselves. So that is the unfortunate reality here, that they only have 2 bans there. They were then answered, likely probably could have been the pick themselves, the Seraphine, or sorry, the ban away the Seraphine. But we do have the now Seraphine, and into that could be the ADC Seraphine, could be the Sports Seraphine. We will see. But NIU then picked away Kaisa and Gnar, followed by the Galio Camille, and then answered by the Cassiopeia. So they'll pick away from the Western Michigan composition from last time. Something that Space Marine 18 is comfortable on is that Cassiopeia, likely going to be playing against the Galio to really whittle down despite his magic resist. The bans away then Jin from NIU and Lilia for Western Michigan. NIU will ban away the Hecarim. And now Western Michigan has the last ban here. Their ADC pick to answer into this Kaisa could be something like a Lucian, like we said last time. Depends on if Floxian plays it. Otherwise, it might be something like a Misfortune with that ban away of the Jin. So the safest of those options has been banned away. And we will see what the jungle matchup is here. Likely going to be something that ADC... that the ADC... or might be given the counter pick here, or they might be giving counter pick to support. We will see as they have this available. Alistair going to be the ban from the Western Michigan squad, and that leaves Summoner XD will pick up the Leona for Crix. So we will see the jungle counter pick coming through here from NIU. Looks like it is going to be the Senna Seraphine if this hover does go through for the side of Western Michigan, or it could be Senna Galio. Galio could go in the bot lane with Seraphine in the mid lane. I would imagine something else. Ezreal, now the hover. Another pick that it is not going to be that. Okay, it is going to be the Senna. Senna is decidedly stronger than Ezreal. Ezreal is not in the best spot right now, unfortunately, but is a pick that we have seen played against NIU. Not with a huge amount of success, so we will see exactly where that bot lane goes. It is going to be this Sejuani hover for the side of Western Michigan, and they will pick that up. So a lot of lockdown here across their team comp, and what will PCH play into that? He's hovering he wants the Trundle right now, and there it is. It is locked in. So a Trundle, a spicy little pick in the jungle there for NIU. 2 junglers that you do not expect to see right now, Sejuani and Trundle, but it will be indeed those 2. Looks like it may be Seraphine mid into that Cassiopeia and Galio as the support. We will see when it gets to 20 seconds if that is indeed what that pick goes towards. Let me see if we can get confirmation on whether that was indeed a misban or if that was an intentional play. Would be a very bold strategy if it was an intentional play. I'm assuming that it was just they couldn't decide what to ban and ended up running out of time. Looking here, that is 20 seconds. That will be the team comps as they exist right now. Camille, Sejuani, Seraphine, Senna, Galio. Then Gnar, Trundle, Cassiopeia, Kaisa, Leona. So Summoner XD will once again pilot the Kaisa into the Senna. So this will be, once again, looking at Dust to Dawn, and really Dust to Dawn to carry in this matchup with that Senna being more of a supportive ADC, although Kaisa in some ways has been considered the same. With the Cassiopeia available, though, NIU and the Trundle, NIU having a little bit more agency than they had last game. I would imagine that this game they have a bit more of the advantage in who has the agency. They have the Gnar available to engage as well as disengage, so they're winning that a little bit more, though the Galio is going to be available there for the follow-up on any type of engage from the Western Michigan team. They are very much team fighting, trying to go in on this one. All right. So looking on through, let's see. Can we get confirmation? Was that a missed ban? I will go ahead and reach out to the side of NIU's coach, and we will see if that is indeed the case. But yeah, looking on through this matchup, Nar is Camille is strong into Nar, but the Trundle Sejuani matchup should go in favor of Trundle. Cassiopeia strong just kind of generally, though Seraphine has a good amount of agency here. And then Kaisa Senna or Kaisa Leona versus Senna Galio can be pretty even there too. So overall, I think NIU has a much safer draft than they had last time. They need to execute a little bit better on the early game. That was kind of where Western Michigan was able to grab the early to mid-game lead and then snowball it in the last one. So we will see if they are able to do so as well in this one. We will go ahead and hit on over to the splash screens, and I will grab you guys all the updates across the board on who is leading in the matchups today so far in the Esports Collegiate Conference. It looks like right now, in progress, we have Ball State versus Central Michigan. Central Michigan actually taking the game off of Ball State. Kent State up 1-0 on Bowling Green. Miami taking a game off of Buffalo in one of those really interesting matchups. Northeastern and the Ohio team. Ohio not able to field a full roster today, so that will be a Northeastern win by forfeit. They're just playing a scrim at this point in the matchup. But yeah, Miami up a game on Buffalo, and if you are an NIU fan, which if you're in this broadcast, usually you are, but for the Husky fans out there, with NIU taking on Buffalo on Wednesday, this may give you a bit of hope that despite some of those individual differences on the Buffalo team, they, like we had said at the top of the broadcast, they may be beatable in a way, and they may have a formula that can be working against them. We should be jumping into game any second now. Here it is. So let's go ahead and grab the in-game screen once we get there. But go ahead, throw it into chat. Will NIU take this one and force us to listen to some silver scrapes, or is Western Michigan going to complete the sweep, and will NIU suffer their first defeat of the season? Let us know in the chat as we get ready to go to game number 2 of this best of 3 series. Early on, it looks like just waiting on it to load in, and there it is. All right. Summoner spells. We've got the Grasp of the Undying on the Camille. We've got Aftershock, then Summon Airy. It is a Glacial Augment on the Senna here. Interesting pick there as well. We'll go through the Summoner spells as well. But the Glacial Augment is a little interesting, seeing as there aren't as many slow items in the game. So it should be that Summoner or that Rune has been considered a little bit weaker. Now, this is a posture towards an Invade, maybe a Death Rush if you are Western Michigan. They do see Camille, and that NIU is 5 stacks, so we will, or not 5 stacks, sorry, is split off. So we will see if they look for that invade in the pick. With the Trundle backing away, it does look like, yeah, they'll just place the ward and back away, and we will see if this is that. So yeah, they do just fight off the possible invade from the side of NIU, and instead NIU will get the ward and back away here, grabbing the Scryers for both, or the Oracle Lens, I should say, on both of the junglers in this matchup. Both junglers will also start on the bot side, look for that early heavy leash from their side of the map. But looking on through, as we do see some Kaisa spam. But anyway, moving on through, we do see the Aftershock on the Galio. Then on the side of NIU, we see Fleet Footwork, Conqueror, Hail of Blades, and Aftershock. Looking at the Summoner spells, we see Teleports in both solo lanes again. We see Heal in the side of NIU's bot lane, but we actually see the Cleanse on Senna and the Heal having to come through for Galio. So they're a little bit afraid of that possible Leona lockdown. And then Ignite coming through from Crix,
as well on that one. Smites on both junglers, obviously, as needed. In terms of biscuits, we see that Camille, Senna, and Galio have all started with biscuits. NIU's lanes have not. We do see that that is a Doran's Blade on the side of Gnar into a Doran's Shield from the Camille. Both junglers again electing for the Chilling Smite. Both of the mid laners electing for that Doran's Ring, and then both supports opting for the Relic Shield. A little bit of damage coming through from Dust to Dawn onto the top side there. Alpha Squirtle for NIU. He'll just play a little bit safer. Camille looking to place a little bit of a counter gank ward here. So NIU gonna definitely, if Trundle starts to go towards this top side, which he will do so now, and he will be spotted. He will step on that ward. Now we will see if this is going to be enough here, as the bot lane does look like he's going to go ahead and dive in. But stepping over that ward, Trundle will clear it, and he will run into the Sejuani, but Camille would be in position to roam up first, and Cassio able to answer there if necessary. So they will go ahead, and Trundle will get help from his Cassio to just make sure that he does secure this Scuttle Crab early advantage onto NIU. As we just see in the bot lane, we're watching the bot lane just kind of have a bit of a farm fest here. Though we do see that Western Michigan has gotten a bit of a lead here in terms of they are up a level. Same thing in the top lane, though, NIU up the level as well. Galio going to roam ahead up towards the mid lane there to make sure that his Sejuani can grab that bottom Scuttle Crab. Gnar not going to be able to grab the Boomerang Toss, so he will be down on that one for a little bit. And Seraphine just going to push in this Cassiopeia, though Cassio able to farm pretty nicely into this. Farm pretty even across the board here. Trundle looking to possibly go towards the top side here, looking if they might want to grab that Gromp away. That would likely be the choice that he's going to go for, and yeah, he is. I did get confirmation just now that that was indeed a missed ban, not intentional. Obviously, just wanted confirmation, as that this is going to be the Camille engaging onto the Gnar. Gnar is up a level, but as you notice, when he is not in Mega, he is incredibly squishy. Now, Trundle is going to walk through the turret and not going to be able to dive there, so as the wave doesn't get pushed out quick enough. Sejuani is going to go towards the bot side. NIU going to be a little bit engaged on here, and Senna just going to force away. NIU's bot lane will back away and not get hit by the Senna. Or by the, Sejuani. Now, if Sejuani does choose to re-engage, now this is a dash forward by Galio. This is going to be the damage. Nice flash forward from the from Kaisa, and nice flash. But this is teleport coming in from NIU. They were able to hang on long enough. This is going to be the Gnar just going ahead and using TP to dissuade the side of Western Michigan from committing to that fight any further. And NIU will take that one, have the Summoner Spell defeat, and but will keep their lives. So Western Michigan going to have the early Summoner Spell advantage here. Trundle also hovering towards the bot side in case Sejuani wants to re-engage there. She did back away, though, so not going to be too much in the way of that one. Seraphine once again trying to just push in the Cassiopeia, make her farm under turret so that she can't get those roams off. Trundle going to go ahead and start up the first Drake here with Sejuani on the top side. I believe this is going to go towards NIU rather easily. They will get that first one by themselves, and it is going to be an Ocean Drake going towards them. And despite being down about 300 gold, they will go ahead and grab the first objective advantage. We see Kaisa once again delaying her her mythic item for that serrated Dirk. We've talked about that in previous matchups, that it does delay the mythic item a little bit, but is considered the strongest build for the champion at this point. All the way through, looks like the lanes are even in XP. Trundle able to hold a little bit of an XP lead over the Sejuani, which has now been equalized because of the Scuttle Crab take. Both teams just going to go ahead and clear out vision and reset here. Sejuani is on the top side here, hovering for Dusk to Dawn. Alpha Squirtle will go ahead and just grab this one. Nice stun, but will be forced to flash away, and does get into Mini Gnar form. Now, Flash comes through from Dusk to Dawn, and that is going to be a wasted Flash. So, Alpha Squirtle will burn his, but it will be answered by the Camille, and so trade win by NIU. Now, that's a nice dash onto... nice Hex Flash on, but with the Galio able to get there. Trundle's going to be here as well, and stun comes through, Flash comes through from Galio and the heal, so NIU will take advantage of those summoner spells being down for themselves, but up for Western Michigan, and they will win that trade. No kills going through. Now, Hex Flash does channel again, and they will re-engage on this one. Nice dash. That is going to be the engage here. Will it be enough? Ignite comes through. Nice body block, and that's going to be first blood going over towards Leona. Just enough damage, despite the body block coming through from Floxy and onto the Icathian Rain, or sorry, the Void Seeker. That was the one. We do see that the damage comes through from NIU with the Ignite. Trundle going to be here in case they want to go for a dive. They choose not to. First blood once again to NIU and the bot lane, and it comes a little bit later, so hopefully, if you're an NIU fan, this means that they are negating some of that pressure that was taking on in the early to mid game for Western Michigan in the last one. That's going to be the pickaxe also finished on the Kaisa. So now with a serrated Dirk and the pickaxe, that is a getting close to her her trade here, or her good value spike here. Farm lead, because of Kaisa backing a little early, the only farm lead really in this game right now. Nice hop away by Gnar. But the only real farm lead here that we see is on the top lane here, as Gnar has been out-farmed by the Camille, though that's to be expected with the matchup. Now, this is going to be, unfortunate, as that is the ultimate being used by Camille. Nice stun comes through, and that is going to be just Camille in a bad spot. Cassio able to use, despite burning the ultimate and not getting the stun, able to grab this one. Now, NIU will look to take this Rift Herald, though there are 3 members of Western Michigan. Actually, all 4 members have gotten there. The only one here, they're not here for NIU, is Kaisa. Nice engage. That's the ultimate, as that's going to be the damage onto the Trundle. Western Michigan looks to re-engage here, and now they're going to sit in the Cassio Miasma, and Flash comes through. It's going to be the damage, and will she be able to trade this? Yes, she will. Flash comes forward, and that'll be traded right back. But now, Camille going to go ahead and try to grab the kill onto Crix. Crix is going to be in a bad spot. He might have to flash here. He will go ahead and get that one away. So, in the end, it is going to be a 2-for-2 trade in not in favor of either team. Nobody will get the Rift Herald, but NIU will pick up that turret plate solo onto the Kaisa, as well as they will go ahead and grab the damage on through. Camille going to roam towards the bot lane, and Galio going to be there as well. So NIU may look to play standard lanes, and we may see Australia lanes come through from the side of Western Michigan. But this is going to be the engage onto the Seraphine. No dash available, and that is going to be enough. Though Galio is going to get there, forcing the flash from the Trundle. 5-2 in favor of NIU, and they have about a 1,500 gold lead here. Seraphine falling and going to 1-1-1. But that Cassio falling to, or going up to 3-1-1, and just like in the last game, we are seeing the mid difference happen through that Cassio. Now this is going to be the damage onto the Senna, though with the ultimate coming through from Galio, that will be the re-engage here, and NIU will be just forced to back off on that one. Camille backing means that NIU may be able to push this this lane out solo. Nice Void Seeker to cancel the recall from the Camille, and NIU will just elect to let Gnar farm under turret, while they will be forcing the Camille to farm under turret against their bot lane. Seraphine going to roam over to make sure that NIU doesn't take this Mountain Drake and put themselves on 2 Drakes here. But with it started up, and jungle not available for Western Michigan. It does look like, despite sitting on a ward there, NIU will go ahead and just continue this one. Now with Trundle here, before the Sejuani can be anywhere close, looks like Sejuani will elect to trade the Rift Herald for the Mountain Drake, and NIU will just clear out some of this vision. Cloud Drake is going to be the one here. That is a insanely strong one and is very good RNG if you are NIU, as with the ultimate needed for Gnar, his ultimate is on by the time he gets to level 16, almost 100% uptime. Now this is going to be the stun out of Seraphine, able to land the ultimate onto the Cassiopeia, but with the damage coming through, that's going to be enough to bleed her down. And Galio is going to be here. Is he going to be getting enough? With the Phase Rush proc, it is going to be Space Marine getting out, but this is, oh, that's a missed wall hop off of the Camille, and Leona, oh, nice sidestep. He will take the kill over to Baka, but does get that unassisted, as well as makes sure that he forces out as much as possible. And now Camille is in a bad spot, not having the wall dash, and with the flash forced because of the Trundle getting there. That is a nice play by NIU. Able to move to 6-3 in the kills. Cassio sitting on a 300 gold bounty, 4-1-1 with a 25 CS advantage. The biggest thing with this, now a 30 CS advantage, but the biggest thing with this matchup is we did see that Cassio might have been a stronger pick than the Syndra, but with the matchup now, we are seeing that in the hands of Space Marine, this pick can definitely do that. And unfortunately, the Gnar ultimate does miss, as nice flash forward. Now dash, stun does miss, Boulder Toss does come through, and this will be going over towards the Gnar. He'll go and grab that kill onto the Camille, and that will be Sejuani forced to just back away on this one. 1-0-3 on the Gnar is Alpha Squirtle 81. NIU looking to be playing a bit more confident in this one, taking that early to mid-game lead more efficiently than they had played it out in the early portion of Game 1. Now this is going to be the damage onto Baka. He will just go ahead and clear, and Trundle will back away from this top lane. NIU able to grab a couple of turret plates right before they expired there at 14 minutes, so even more gold into their pockets, and they are sitting on about a 3,000 gold lead in this game number 2. So far, looking like we might be... Looking like if NIU can hold on to this one, we might be going to a Game 3, knock on wood. You don't want to, obviously 14 minutes in, too close to call, as this game has not built any distinctively large lead. Sejuani going to be found on that... Nope, ward won't spot her, but... Leona will see that the Galio has been roaming up due to that ward. NIU going to go ahead and roam around here. Next Drake doesn't spawn for another couple minutes, so NIU has the opportunity to just farm out some of these lanes and see if they can't get the advantage anywhere on that one. Red buff going to go over to Trundle, and he is currently sitting even with the Sejuani. And NIU is going to... They'll step over a ward here, but they will roam their bot lane up. They will probably lose the first turret here to this Rift Herald, but there it should go. It's going to take the couple of bits of damage there, and it will be cleared away. Now, NIU is going to look to re-engage. That's going to be this double stun. Actually, only one. The slow came through onto the second there from the Leona ultimate, and instead it will be NIU just backing away after losing that first turret. So the gold a little bit back towards even. 2,500 is the gold lead now for NIU. But critically, we do see that is a Kraken Slayer from the side of Senna, and we see the Gale Force come through from Kaisa, now able to be on her Mythic, and that's nice dash in, and actually Camille going to re-engage, and not quite the right play, and thinking that she's going to sit on a turret, and actually going to just die to the Gnar here. I'm a little bit surprised that Camille, would elect to re-engage onto the Gnar there, seeing as he was getting Mega and dashed right into his stun and ultimate combo. And Alpha Squirtle able to play that incredibly nicely and grab not only the farm advantage, but the second kill for himself of the matchup here. And oh, that's a nice dash forward onto the Camille, or onto the Cassiopeia. That's going to be now teleport coming in from Gnar. This is NIU re-engaging. They're going to find the first one on this one. Sejuani's going to find herself in a bad spot. That's going to be the dash forward coming through. Trundle's going to find two. NIU will lose one to answer, but Trundle has himself a triple kill. This could be the fourth goes over towards Gnar, and NIU now has the ultimate not available from Gnar, and they will take the 4-for-1 trade. And now they do see that the Camille is there, and they are going to elect to just chase her off. With the Trundle and the Kaisa being able to take the Drake, that'll be the stun coming through. Nice dash forward, and this is going to be enough. Kaisa, or Camille, my apologies, I keep messing that one up. Camille will die to the Gnar. They'll donate that kill, or actually it'll go to Leona with the Ignite. Gnar will get the assist on that one. And in the end, it is the delayed ace, NIU grabbing the 5-for-1 trade in that matchup. Now building their gold lead up to about 5,000 here. And we are seeing the red side junglers, or the junglers for either team, building quite the lead. Cassio ended up dying in that fight, so she will lose some of that. It does look like she has the Archangel staff now, so she does have the mana stacking, as well as her Luden's, not Luden's, her Liandry's Torment. We see the Divine Sunder on both Trundle and Gnar, so they are both in a strong spot. And actually, I want to question this Camille pickup of the Trinity Force. Camille, a strong pick. If that is indeed what she buys, then by all means. But to my understanding, with the Trinity Force nerfs, I believe, does she not buy Divine Sunder at this point? That is, my apologies if I'm questioning this one incorrectly. Chat, let me know. But we do see that Trinity Force, which, as we mentioned, is not in the greatest spot as of this season. Unfortunate for me as a main Jax player. He's in a very rough spot. Now, Trundle looks to be possibly caught out here. He does not have Flash available now. He is going to grab the healing, but they will trade one back. NIU will grab that one with the Kaisa moving forward. Now, this could be two. That's going to be the stun onto Cassio, but the stun does come through back onto the Camille. That's going to be NIU trading that one back as well. So a 3-for-2 in favor of NIU, but Dragon Magic is going to fall. Now Galio does dash on in, and he does get stunned, and that is going to be the triple kill onto Kaisa, and she will go ahead and grab the ace. NIU will take this 3 versus nothing. They will grab the Rift Herald, and they will storm down the mid lane. 18-6 in kills. They have themselves a 3 Drake lead. They are on Cloud Drake point, as well as they are on Cloud Drake point, and it is a about 6,500 gold lead in favor of NIU and your Huskies. Alpha Squirtle 81 playing that Gnar and is playing it quite well. Kaisa from Summoner XD is actually doing quite well also with that 3-0-7. Both of those guys deathless so far in this game number 2. Baron does spawn in just about 20 seconds there, so we will see if NIU elects to go towards it with everybody available from Western Michigan. I would expect not, but we will see. And NIU going to go ahead and roam towards this mid lane, see if they can't pick up something there. Seraphine will be the one to answer Gnar. My apologies, not Galio. Gnar in the bot lane. Trundle going to go ahead and farm out his own jungle, and looking across here, does look like NIU just has the nice advantages here. Mega Gnar does become available. NIU does not look to engage anywhere, although they do actually now try to find the pick mid. This is going to be the Leona with the nice stun. It is going to be Galio looking to trade his life for this one. Nice ultimate, does get the slow, and Galio going to be able to get some healing done. Gnar going to go ahead and just get the solo kill on the bot lane. He is 6-0-7 Alpha Squirtle, and with 2 members of Western Michigan dead, in actually 3, as NIU picked up a second in the mid lane. This is going to be NIU just starting up that Baron. They should not be contested here. Sejuani isn't even available. Gnar going to roam up towards the mid lane just to push that out once that is available. The Rift Herald was summoned in the mid lane, was cleared away as well, just kept Sejuani occupied. Now Sejuani's in a bad spot. She's going to dash away, but with the Gnar able to grab the 3-hit passive a couple times there. NIU will just back away despite having the Mega Gnar available, and they will look towards, oh, there is Summoner XD accidentally, there's a leaving. He does reconnect, just a disconnect, so there is the pause. We should be back into game any second now. All right, and it looks like that was maybe a 20-second pause. Should be ready in any second now. Yeah, it was almost an immediate pause on pause. So we should see that any second. There it is. All right, we are back in the game. But looking at the state of the map, it is a 10,000 gold lead for NIU, including that Baron. They will grab that one. And that is a Drake point. Oh, ADC has disconnected as well. He is going... Okay, so what we see now is, looking at the chat, it looks like the Summoner XD, by accidentally disconnecting, his client has caused him to not be able to use any abilities. He has to restart his client, and so he's doing that right now. So that is what we are waiting on for him to come back into game. Looking at this now, though, let's look at the timers on the objectives. We have in just about there is 6 minutes till the next Baron, or 5 minutes 33 seconds, as you see on your screen here, until the next Baron, and 29 seconds until Drake. So that will be where we see the next fight head off here. Looks like he is ready. And so we should be getting back into game any second now, with 39 seconds until the Cloud Drake point is contested over. As we mentioned earlier, Summoner XG having a much better game on the Kaisa this time. 450 gold bounty on him, as well as the mid lane matchup going how we expected it to go at first, although we didn't see that happen as much last time. And there it is, restarting now. So now we're going to go ahead and roam on towards that dragon, now with the Baron available for NIU. We also see the impact on a lot of these champs for NIU much better than last game. We did see that that Western Michigan was able to build a bit of a lead and then just snowball it, and that's exactly what NIU is doing at this point. Now, looks like this will be the fight over the Cloud Drake. NIU going to find the Sejuani in a bad spot, going to have to dash over the wall. Re-engage doesn't happen, and NIU actually will just force them off of that one, despite being a level up on the Sejuani. Sejuani will go ahead and just run on in. Now, Cassio is in a bad spot here if NIU does elect to take this fight. Now, that's not going to be a stun onto Crix, but ultimate does come through. Flash forward, now onto the Galio. Gnar ultimate does come through. That's actually going to be a nice job of stopping the Galio teleport ulti coming through, and NIU will grab one. Will they be able to grab a second before losing any of their members? They will. Galio going to go ahead and be the third target here, and Cassio has a double kill. Leona is going to stay alive, and hopped on by the Gnar is the Senna. Seraphine's the last one alive, and NIU with that Cloud Soul will go ahead and just run down the mid lane. 9 seconds on the Sejuani. It's the earliest death timer. Oh, nice job of Seraphine not getting that one. Hop does go through, but not enough to get the stun there, or the slow, I should say, from the Gnar. But NIU will just continue to run down the mid lane here, and they will take the Nexus, the inhibitor turret, I should say, on the mid lane. They won't take the inhibitor, but at 23 minutes, they will be up 25-6, and keeping up a very quick pace in this game. Now, they will go ahead and get the bot tier 2, and as I mentioned earlier, the Gnar ultimate is on such a low cooldown with this Cloud Soul and being level 15. It'll be even lower at level 16, that NIU, we see Alpha Squirtle just clearing a wave with his ultimate so that they can take that turret. Looking at this one, 13,000 the gold advantage, and if you're looking at the Captain Flowers gold advantage to time graph that we have mentioned many times, and he has mentioned in our broadcast, the number that you're looking at that is pretty insurmountable is about 500 gold per minute. Since we're at 24 minutes, that would be a 12,000 gold lead. That would be pretty insurmountable by this Western Michigan team. And NIU is at about a 13,000 gold lead. So they are above that mark. This is a pretty done and dusted game. They're going to continue to just clear out things and see if they can't, end without the flaw there. So 25-6, though, this game is pretty much over if NIU can get their pushes done cleanly. Now Nar is going to roam and follow up on this Camille, and is up 3 levels on there. Now that's the Camille ultimate coming through. That's going to be multiple people onto the Gnar. He will get Mega. No, he won't be able to get the Mega. So NIU going to lose the Gnar to a pick. He'll lose his perfect score line, but it'll be a trade in order to grab that top tier 2 for the rest of his team. Stun going to come through onto the Trundle through the Seraphine. Now he's going to be slowed, but a lot of damage coming right back onto the Galio, and NIU will just back away. Down a member, but they will have all of the outer turrets down now, including and also the mid inhibitor turret. This one looks like it's going to a game 3. We'll queue up the music if we need to, but we're going to see another fight here any old minute now, as the Baron will respawn in just about 2 minutes here, if I'm not mistaken. That would be the next objective, and if NIU is able to take that one, especially if it's uncontested, that would likely be the end of the game here. And now you're going to look for a pick. They instead will just clear out the vision on this this Baroned up area, and they will see the Galio as he's trying to escape, but it will not be the engage onto him. And Gnar just going to continue to push out that bot lane for NIU. Baron does spawn in just about a minute now. Yep, there it is. They ping it out for us. Thank you. 40 seconds. And NIU is going to look to take that one as it spawns. Really going to have to be a last-ditch effort from the side of Western Michigan. They don't really have much else they can do in this game unless they grab the Baron and the Elder Drake when it spawns. Unlikely that happens. Now, this is going to be Trundle spotted out with the Oracle by the Sejuani, but he's going to just be doing that to bait and will be backing away. Sejuani going to have to walk out of that one, and with that happening, Trundle did use his ultimate, but with that indeed being the case, this will be NIU just looking to go towards the Baron, and as it has spawned now. Looks like Western Michigan is going to try to grab this Cassio, and that's a 5-man that she just walked right into. Unfortunate positioning, and this could be exactly what you want if you're Western Michigan. Now that could be another pick with the Trundle not having, or does get his flash off. Stun comes through, but not until he's over the wall. And NIU does have the minions streaming into the bot lane, but this could be the Elder fight with, there's the stun, ultimate comes through from Gnar, and he'll want to run away from that one. But Elder does spawn in just about a minute and a half, or not even a minute and a half, about a minute here, and that is where the pings are coming through from the side of Western Michigan. Now, Trundle is going to be stunned up here, and this could be the engage onto the Galio, or from the Galio onto the Gnar. Lots of damage coming through here. This is going to be Leona trying to grab one. They're not able to grab it. There it is, onto the Seraphine, as they are able to get there on the back lane. Summoner XT able to grab 2. Now he is going to flash away. We'll see if they're able to grab it. There's going to be Cassio grabbing the kill onto Blue Tachyon. This is the Galio going down. This is as well Sejuani going down. Senna the last one available, and NIU going to go ahead and run her down. Cleanse comes through, but not until the Trundle gets his double kill. NIU gets the ace, and we are going to game number 3, ladies and gentlemen, as this is a 14,000 gold lead in favor of NIU. And ladies and gentlemen, cue up the silver scrapes, because we're going to a pivotal game number 3 for the second time this week for NIU and your Huskies. They are going to have to reverse sweep if they want to win overall, but it depends on what side they go on. There goes the Seraphine's back, and we will be right back with game number 3 in this pivotal series where NIU is looking to go 3-0 on the season. GG to Western Michigan as the Huskies take game number 2. And ladies and gentlemen, we are already back into game number 3 of this pivotal best of 3 series. Aatrox and Udyr are going to be the bans as they have been the first bans for every game so far. Olaf going to be the one once again. NIU back on the red side, or sorry, on the blue side, I apologize, as they were in game number 1, and they will take away the Olaf. They think that was the thing that really messed them up in game number 1. Anivia, as we keep mentioning, is going to be the thing taken away from Space Marine 18. They think if he gets a lead on that one, he can solo carry the game. So we will see if that is the case. Now, NIU, going to have one more ban. I have gotten confirmation that it was due to ADC client issues that we had the misban last game. And so Seraphine is going to be that third ban from NIU. Was the ban in the first game, was not banned last time, and it was picked up by Western Michigan. So NIU will ban it once again, wanting to keep it off of the hands of out of the hands of Dragon Magic. Lilia, going to be the one once again banned by Western Michigan. Keep that away from PCH and Kaisa. It's available. They'll lock it in. We talked about it Game 1. We talked about why they took it to Game 2. It looked so much better in Game 2. And so we'll see if they're able to really continue to build off of that performance. Cassio, it's been the priority pick in the mid lane for both teams so far. And we'll go right back to what we had Game 1. Cassio, Jhin, going to be the lock-ins for Western Michigan. Does NIU have a better answer than the Syndra into that Cassiopeia? Kaisa and Jhin, they feel that they can play that matchup, so they will go ahead and do it. Let's see what NIU picks for the mid lane, since that would likely be the answer here. With 5 seconds left, it looks like they're going to go ahead and say we don't want to opt into that Ornn matchup. We want the Gnar with its main counter in the Aatrox not available anymore. They will go right back to that right back to that Gnar. And so that will be the pickup here. NIU likely going to pick up the mid lane next with that Cassio already locked in. We'll see what they want to play into it. And ladies and gentlemen, is it going to be the Zed? No. He almost had us there. One day we will get to see Space Marine's Zed. We know he's been practicing that a little bit. But it is indeed the Victor going to be picked up for the side of NIU. That'll be played in the mid lane. Something that they think with the shielding from the Q, as well as the ability to run down, will actually be the pick there. And we saw it on Wednesday played into the Gnar. It's going to be the Malphite up in the top lane once again. I don't know that I necessarily fully agree with the pick. It's a very solo queue comfort pick. We have in the past, not even this year, seen Dusted On play it. So, we will see how it impacts the map. Does have that long-ish range, engage, knock up ultimate. And there's the Hecarim going to be banned away on the red side once again by Western Michigan. It looks like this time we may be seeing the counter pick in the jungle go over towards Western Michigan. They may be giving that to Baka. We saw NIU save that for last pick. They could be doing it here as support and jungle going to be the two that are needed. And we could see it, though, on Blue Tachyon. We'll see exactly what NIU wants to do. Leona going to be the ban away. They don't want to have that safe pick as the first one here in this rotation for Western Michigan. Looking at it, though, we will see exactly how this one plays out. 11 seconds left for Western Michigan to make their final ban. And they will go ahead and ban away the Karthus. Interesting. So that is something that we had in previous years seen PCH play. I don't know that it's super strong right now in the jungle. It's in a decent spot, but it's not super strong to my understanding. But Pantheon going to be the one banned away. NIU, they thought they could really make it work in game number 1. Unfortunately, it didn't quite, and they will keep themselves and the opponents from playing it. Floxian going to hover. That Rel was the pick, and there it is. So Rel Jhin, a little bit of a poke composition. We'll see if Blue Tachyon can have more success on the Rel than Crix did in game number 1. And we'll give Chris the ability to counter pick on this one and see what he wants to play in a Rel. And it is indeed, Baka is going to be able to grab that counter pick matchup in the jungle that he wants here. Alistair going to be the pick for Crix. It is a champion that he's had success on, can work really well as an engage tool. As a roamer, we will see exactly what he wants to do here and is very tanky. And Crix is going to hover for PCH, the Graves, and there it is, locked in. So something that PCH likes to play. He is ready to go on that one. Indeed, it is game 3, Blue. Both teams tied up at 1 here. Blue Tachyon gonna go ahead and see what we can do with this one. It's gonna be the Elise hover. Will that be what he wants to play into the Graves? And indeed it is. So Baka showing that he's got a very deep champion pool, but not necessarily the pool of what is extremely strong right now. We do see on the side of Ball State, this is 3 magic damage champions with the Malphite, Elise, and Cassio. Granted, Malphite is going to be building more than likely pretty substantially tanky, but we do see that that is the case here. So the top matchup will be Gnar versus Malphite. Then we'll see Graves versus Elise in the jungle. Victor, Cassio against one another in the mid lane. Kaisa and Jhin will be the bot laners, and then Alistair and Rel will be your supports. As we've said every time, for game 3, who's going to take this dub? Is it going to be your Huskies? We hope it is, but will it be the Huskies? Will it be Western Michigan? Who won the draft? Let us know in the chat. We will be right back with game number 3 in just about 3 minutes here on the NIU Esports Twitch network. All right, and we are back, and we're going to be into game. Let's go ahead and jump on in to this game number 3. Will NIU remain undefeated? Will Western Michigan knock them off and find themselves their first win of the season? Who knows, but we will see. Looking on through, it's going to be Nar with the Fleet Footwork, Graves with the Fleet Footwork. We'll see the phase rush on both the Victor and the Alistair, and then we're seeing Hail Blades Kaisa once again. On the top lane, we see the Arcane Comet on the Malphite, and once again, we see the 5-stack coming through, and NIU spots it out. Why are they 5-stacking? We will see. But NIU knows that it happened, as they will just walk on up. Alistair's going to be able to walk on in, grab himself a deep ward, and he will walk away. So, Ball State my apologies. Western Michigan believes they know that that's going to be the case. Malphite's just going to do a little bit of damage to PCH here, and he will back away. Now, looking at that though, going on through, we do see the Arcane Comet on the Malphite as expected. We see the Electrocute on Baka's Elise. Phase Rush on the Cassiopeia, Dark Harvest on the Jhin, and Aftershock on the Rel. As for summoner spells, we see teleports in both top lanes, but for the first time this series, we don't see a teleport on one of the mid laners. We see the Cleanse on the Victor, and then we see the teleport on the Cassiopeia. We see the Heal and Ignite bot lanes for both teams, and looking on through, it's going to be item starts. We see the this time Nar is going with the Doran's Shield against the Corrupting Potion for the Malphite. We see the challenging smites for both of these junglers, as well as the refillable potions. Both mid laners are starting with the Doran's Ring. Now, nice flash traded for Ignite, so NIU will take that trade. The Ignite onto the Jhin with nice Alistair just getting in behind them, forcing the flash out from Jhin. So this could be an early gank opportunity in the bot lane. But moving on through, we do see the Doran's Ring on both mid laners. We see the Relic Shield starts once again from both of these supports. Overall, farm very even altogether through here. We see that this is going to be a full clear. That's a nice engage on from the Alistair, and NIU is going to be able to just disengage there, as Phyrexian is going to be down to about half health and forced to use his health potion already. Elise is going to go buff to buff, whereas Graves we have seen go full farm. So by the end of the clear here, he is going to have a little bit of a farm advantage over the Elise. Elise is going to go ahead and head towards her Gromp. She's going to clear that side of her jungle completely and then head down. The first fight we might see is over this Skull Crab. And are you going to continue to just look for the poke in the top lane? Both top laners are. Elise going to be the first jungler to gank onto this bot lane. She's going to go ahead and roam on in. And Kaisa wisely does see that this is going to be the case. Is going to run up towards her. Is going to get stunned away. Nice job blocking the Jhin stun there by Crix. Getting there just in time. Heal going to be forced out by the Kaisa. But since heals have been traded, NIU will take that. And then they do have the flash advantage in the bot lane. Rel able to get a nice little bit of poke. Nice stun coming through from Alpha Squirtle, and a little bit of damage coming through as the Meganar does expire. Graves going to have his chance to come on down here. Rel going to go ahead and place a ward in that brush to make sure that that the Western Michigan bot lane does see if any type of engage or gank does come through. Though Graves is going to gank from the lane. They do see him, and this is going to be the dash forward. That's going to be the knock-up, and Headbutt does come through, but not the Pulverize, and instead it'll just be Western Michigan retreating. Graves going to go ahead and clear that ward. Oh, no, he'll just back on the ward, so they know where he is. Elise going to gank on towards the mid lane. This is going to be a nice stun. Does miss, though, actually. Space Marine 18 will get away. If that stun had landed, likely going to be a death in there and first blood for the Elise or the Cassiopeia. But well done by Space Marine. Actually, he did have cleanse, so that would have just been burned. My apologies. PCH is back, is going to be cleaned up and kept from happening. Now, sitting on a ward still and trying to get a little bit of a greedy back off, but Rel going to go ahead and keep that one from happening. And so PCH will just elect to counter invade, seeing as Elise has gone into his topside jungle. Now, this could be Graves posturing on towards a gank into the in towards the mid lane. Instead, he is just going to go ahead and go towards those wolves. Elise is going towards the mid lane here. Victor could be in a bad spot. We'll see if this is the case. He's going to be funneled. A nice dodge of the stun. Does have flash if need be, but able to stun out this Elise and not even having to flash his way out of there. Bot lane looks like there's a little bit of a trade going on down there. Does look like now the engage does come through on the top side. NIU, this is a Malphite out of mana, and that is enough damage. Will we see Alpha Squirtle dive forward? He does. He flashes forward. Oh, no. The stun, or the slow comes through from the Malphite, able to get away with just a sliver of health, probably about 5 health there, and Gnar is going to die in the engage. A little bit greedy. Unfortunate because of the attack speed slow. Now, this could be NIU re-engaging onto the bot side here, and Rel is just going to dive over the side of the pit there. Now, this will be the teleport coming in from Malphite with Victor roaming down, able to get a nice little bit of damage there. And NIU will disengage from this first Drake. It is the Ocean Drake to start us off here in game number 3. The lead, just about 700, 600 for Western Michigan. You can attribute all of that to that first blood in the top side. Otherwise, this game is very even. Gnar going to be able to get the top lane first, so that means that we may see him just push out this wave, possibly grab a turret plate, and get his item as needed. He does now have his Mercurial, not Scimitar, his Merc Treads, that's what it is. That is the magic damage denying boots there, so he will be able to negate some of this damage that is going to be poked on out from the Malphite. Though, Malphite does have the Bammy Cinder finished off a lot earlier, or the Cinder Hulk finished off much earlier than the Gnar here, so we will see exactly how that plays out. Though, my apologies, Gnar isn't going to go for the Cinder Hulk build. He'll go for the Divine Sunder in this matchup. NIU does ping once again on towards this Drake. They want to start off the Drake stacking early on. Elise going to ping towards the top side. Does miss the stun, does Gnar, and so instead NIU will just go ahead and Graves will actually grab this this solo, although with the Cassio roaming down. This is a fight towards the top side, though. We are going to keep paying attention to the bot side here as the Drake has reset, though this is the fight. Nice knock-up Pulverize into that one. That's going to be the stun coming through from the Cassiopeia. That's going to be a second kill coming through, and now NIU does get the TP canceled, so that's actually Malphite using the ultimate to stop the TP, and NIU will not be able to grab the re-engage here. Now, Malphite is in a bad spot, and he's actually going to fall to the Gnar with one more auto, or the... Yeah, he will die there. So it will be the trade of Malphite's life. Able to keep the Gnar from teleporting in, which would have likely saved that fight for NIU. It'll be a one-for-one cross-map trade. But NIU, the Gnar, will now be able to, and Alpha Squirtle will be building up quite the farm advantage, and even in kills in this one. So Cassiopeia only getting an assist. Elise only getting a kill onto the Graves. So this is not the largest... advantage if you're Western Michigan, though we have seen them build that out a little bit in the first couple games, or the first game, and then NIU doing the same to them in game number 2. We will see if NIU is able to turn this around. It is not terribly far. It's about a 600 gold advantage, 700 in favor of Western Michigan here, and NIU able to farm out these lanes to try to get that one back. Graves going to go ahead and grab the Rift Scuttle, the Scuttle Crab in the top side, and it actually looks like he might just start up the Rift Herald, seeing as Elise had back. Now, Malphite's roaming down to make sure that he gets a ward on that and knows if it's being done. Graves will go ahead and just back away from that one, and he will instead... actually, he will continue to fight that, and we'll see if he's able to finish it off with the Victor roaming over. Malphite is going to be here, as well as Rel and Elise. We will see if they're going to take this fight. NIU will look to just grab a little bit of poke onto the Malphite. Will they go ahead and grab this Rift Herald before it resets? Now, we do see Mega Gnar coming through in just a second, and NIU does not get the Herald. It is smited away, and that's going to be the stun coming through, and actually nicely done. Alpha Squirtle able to get the nice stuns through. This could be Elise going a little too far, and instead it'll just be her not grabbing the kill, but does grab the Eye of the Herald here. So NIU not having Smite available, having this actually was available. Looks like it might have been a Smite for health. Nicely done to block the damage by Western Michigan. They will grab the Rift Herald instead, but no kills on the outside there, so gold does go because the Jhin has roamed up. Kai'Sa is able to free farm in the bot lane, and the gold lead has moved down to about 200 in favor of NIU. Could be Alistair's just going to look and see if he can get something onto the Elise, decides not to. Knows that she did smite away since she has that health. Her health is back up, and instead we will see NIU just roam back on through here. Advantage, actually gold advantage falls into their lap, but with the wave pushing in towards the bot side, it looks like that, Jhin picking it up, it looks like that may be the gold lead coming right back. That's flashes traded, nicely done. Now Gnar's going to have to get away from this one. Does he have ultimate available? Nice stun. Will have to dodge away from the snare here, and he does do so. Well played. Flash for flash, and then making sure that he does not die. That would have been his turret going down, and so flashes traded on the top side. Now, Alistair's going to dive the turret here. Nice stun, but able to get the knockback on the headbutt, and they will gift that one over towards, actually, Alistair. He'll grab that, and will get his the gold and the kill there. NIU is going to go ahead and grab, they'll look towards the Rift Scuttle, will Western Michigan, with the bot lane roaming up, as well as both members of the bot lane, and then the jungler roaming there. They may look to re-engage here onto Victor. Victor's going to go ahead and try to get out here. That is nice flash, but he does get hit by the curtain call, misses the second shot, gets the third shot, and we'll just get away on that one. So NIU, now with the kills tied up, Drake lead is in favor of Western Michigan, but NIU taking this early gold lead and able to stave off what was an early deficit and come back in this game so far. We're looking to see if that we'll see if that Victor able to get the assist on that one was enough to get the to make the roam super worth it and get NIU to start snowballing. The second Drake, sorry, the first possible for NIU, or to put Western Michigan on their second would be the Infernal, and that's going to be spawning in just about a minute here. So both teams are going to set up vision. It is much more vision-centric around the Western Michigan side here. Actually, that is interesting, as we already see the Elise finishing off her her mythic item. That is the Night Harvester, as well as Iceborne Gauntlet comes through from, or Iceborne Frostfire Gauntlet. That's what it's called at this point now, with the new item change and the renaming of it. But that is going to be on to the Malphite here. We do see NIU posturing towards this. If they want to try to look for a counter, they're going to go ahead and just use the Mega Gnar to clear out this wave and make sure that the teleports would be traded. Though Gnar does not have his quite yet. It'll be available in just about 5 seconds. So if they want to trade for this Drake, Western Michigan looks like they might want to force out the mid lane and then try to get the Herald to drop onto the mid lane. They do indeed, but Graves and co are going to start up this this Drake. Now, nicely done stalling out the Rift Herald by Space Marine 18, and because of how long that Rift Herald was stalled with the Gravity Well, we did see that NIU is just going to go ahead and get inside track on this Drake pit. Now, NIU also has the level advantage on their top laner, and that is going to mean that he'll just chase out here. Alistair is going to be on the wrong side here, but actually able to get a nice flank ward, and this is going to be the re-engage onto Graves, but the damage does come through. It's going to be Kai'Sa trying to grab onto the Elise, but she'll take a lot of damage. She'll be dead on her own. Now, that's going to be also the Rel getting killed off now, followed up by the Malphite being on the wrong side. Victor's going to be able to grab 2. Now, going to grab a lot of damage on there on the 3rd, and instead it'll be Mega Gnar able to do enough to just force Elise away from this one. And NIU should be able to grab this Infernal Drake. They will actually just back away from it to try to make sure that they don't lose any more members here. And it will be so the re-engage here from both teams, looking to see if they can't take it. Now, Victor is going to go ahead and start it up, it looks like. or at least clear out the wards. Gnar going to go ahead and clear out some of this vision. With Graves coming in here, Rel is going to go ahead and try to spot out. She's going to not land that one as Victor, but will just be zoned away by the Gnar, and this will be Graves grabbing that Infernal Drake and tying up the Drake count, as well as giving NIU about a 1,000 gold advantage with this game tied 4-4 here about 15 minutes into the game. Kai'Sa going to be all on her lonesome against that Rel and Jhin in the bot lane, so got to be careful there, but we do see Cassio just clearing out that ward in the mid lane. Malphite going to go ahead and try to push in on the top side. He, as well as Gnar, did use their teleports. Cassiopeia does have hers available if there is a map-wide play. Looks like Elise may look to take this second Rift Herald for the side of Western Michigan, though. There goes the stun onto the Jhin, and nicely done by Rel, dissuading any further engagement. Does look like after 15 minutes, since there's no plates available, this will be NIU just gifting this one over towards Western Michigan, letting them have it. Although with Graves here, this could be a dive onto the Jhin. Nice flash forward from the Graves. Could be enough, and that is going to be enough, as the red smite did mean that he burned on down. Rel going to take some damage here and try to get out of that one, but Graves going to go ahead and do more damage. Is it enough? It is indeed, as that will go over to Summoner XD, and NIU will just go ahead and try to grab this bot lane tier 1 turret and grab first brick in this game, up about 1,500 gold, and up 2 kills in this contest early on, as it should go to mid game. Victor able to actually grab a nice little lead for himself, 2-0-1 on the Victor. Nice gravity well to make sure that they do not chase any further than that. It is not upgraded since they didn't pull the Cassio in towards him, but we do see NIU now able to grab the bot lane tier 1. They do destroy the first turret. It'll be answered by this Rift Herald in the mid lane. Though that might not even actually... There it is. Yes, it does finish off the turret, but just barely enough. 300 health remaining on the Rift Herald. And Elise going to try to, with Cassio, clear this one, or push this one in. Victor able to just use his laser there to clear it away. Graves going to be spotted out by that ward, and looks like Gnar going to be free to farm in the top side. He will grab this turret for himself, and it'll be a 2-1 turret advantage in favor of NIU, though, with the boomerang blade not, or boomerang toss not picked up by NIU, or by the Gnar, that's going to be enough to dissuade him from going any further on in. Kraken Slayer this time for the Kai'Sa, so a little bit of a different build. Not the Gale Force. Does have the... did go for the Serrated Dirk before, the mythic item once again. But Gale Force now on the Jhin this time, so a little bit of a different build to make sure that she can get through that Rel as well as the Malphite. Alistair, going to be enough on the side lane here. He is not spotted, so if he wants to dive on here, it does look like Kai'Sa's just going to go ahead and clear out the wave, though. NIU now building out their lead to about 2,500, 2 kills as well, but they have a nice farm lead as well on the mid lane there. The Victor able to play very nicely into this Cassiopeia, really finding the solution that's working better, and that's a nice engage onto the Jhin. It's going to be forcing the flash out very quickly to make sure that he does not die, as Alistair's Headbutt Pulverize combo would have been enough to knock him up for long enough to get the Kai'Sa dive on in. Now, should be NIU able to take this turret. They will just put a nice amount of damage onto it, about half health, and with the Demolish proc available, they will go ahead and do that. Now, Victor going to be caught in here, but he will go ahead and just cleanse away the stun there. And now this is Alpha Squirtle putting a lot of damage onto the Rel. He does have Mega available, and now he will re-engage. That'll be PCH grabbing that kill, and Malphite now in a bad spot as he does not have his ultimate available. Or he does have his ultimate. He will try to use that to get out. He will use it to get back in, though, as he will just grab the kill right back onto PCH, who actually does not get killed because of the Triumph proc. And now that'll be turret NIU taking the 2-for-0 trade here. 2-for-1. And my apologies, as Victor was killed off at the beginning that I forgot about. But with 1 minute and about 15 seconds left before this second Drake this third Drake spawns, it is going to be the, I believe, Ocean Soul. Cloud Soul is not the one. Which one is it? Mountain Soul. My apologies. I had gotten so confused there. But yes, Mountain Soul is going to be the one. Now 20 seconds till it spawns. NIU will look to take inside positioning on that one, though with the Elise available, Western Michigan could take this one, especially because their Elise does have a level advantage over the Graves right now with Graves' 2 deaths. Elise going to start it up, and looks like NIU might just elect to give it up here. Graves trying to just get the smite advantage. He does not have it. He'll have to dive on in. He is going to steal it. Nicely done by PCH. Able to get the steal, and now NIU is going to re-engage here. They're going to grab one as they do get that, and Elise is going to be caught on the wrong side here, as well as Rel is going to go down here to, I believe they'll give that to Victor. Yes, they will. And Elise is actually going to be left to just back away, as NIU able to grab the Mountain Drake, put themselves onto the Mountain Drake lead, and now looked like they might have been considering going for that Baron, but without their jungler available, it's not going to happen. So they'll go ahead and just clear out this mid lane. 3,000 gold the advantage for NIU, 4 kills, and they will go ahead and grab that and just extend their lead a little bit further to 3,500 gold in this game. Divine Sunderer is finished for the Gnar, as well as Immortal Shieldbow for the Graves, Luden's Tempest for the Victor, we do see the Kraken Slayer on the Kaisa, and then we see the Chemtank, what is that again? Turbo Chemtank on the Alistar, playing very well on that champion is Crix. We see on the side of Alistar and Western Michigan, let's go through theirs. We see the Frostfire Gauntlet on the Malphite, the Night Harvester on the Elise, Leandri's Torment on the Cassiopeia, Gale Force on the Jhin, and Rel has not finished a mythic item quite yet in this contest. Now, Victor might be in a bad spot here. He has the Malphite with ultimate available, and 4 members of Western Michigan roaming up to him. Nice gravity well to make sure he's able to get out of there, and without the... He thought there might be a blast plant available. He could very well die for this one, and he is instead just going to be traded over to Floxian, as he did get a little bit greedy and pushed up a little bit far on that one. Instead, though, Graves and Kaisa are going to push out this mid lane, looking to see if they can't get some damage onto that mid tier 2. Does not look like it, as the side of Western Michigan is going to be roaming back on down there. So Graves will just go ahead and counter jungle here. Alistar going to be caught in a bad position here. Nice flash to be able to get out, and does only get hit by 1 shot of the of that Jhin ultimate, the Curtain Call. Elise not able to land the stun, and so NIU will just back away, only losing their mid laner in the process. Looking on through, we're going to continue to look at now. We do see that Malphite is going to go ahead and grab that top lane tier 1 turret, as the side of Western Michigan is actually sitting in a bush looking for a death rush there if they can get it. They are going to be spotted out with that. Oh, nicely done to turn away, make sure that the Cassiopeia ultimate does not land. And despite losing their top tier 1, NIU will take that trade. Ultimate down for Cassiopeia on a nice long cooldown. And that could be with the Cassiopeia and the Rel backing away. It may be NIU looking to... Cassiopeia actually cancels back, but it may be NIU looking to grab the Baron in short order. Looking now as we pay attention here, NIU is going to ping a little bit onto the Baron here, see if they can't get it started up. 4 members of Western Michigan are on that top side of the jungle there, so they likely will not start up the Baron. Malphite and Gnar are answering each other in the bot lane. Gnar with the level advantage, but both do have TP available. Cassiopeia also has her TP available. Channeling the Hex Flash is going to be Alistar, not going to be doing much of it. But nice stun in from Malphite, or from Gnar, I should say, onto Malphite. Will he be able to do enough damage? That is just going to be re-stunned, and continuing, gets the Malphite down to about half health, and Malphite will have to back on this one. But Jhin is hovering there. Doesn't look like it'll turn into much of anything, but he did have the hover available if he wanted to, or if Gnar were to engage a little too far forward. Next Mountain Drake is available in just over a minute, so it looks like that might be instead the call for NIU. They're backing away, trying to get vision over there. It does look like Western Michigan does ping that as well. Cassiopeia is topside, but she does have TP if the fight does break out here over this objective. Just about a 3,500 gold lead in favor of NIU now, as now 20 seconds until this Mountain Drake does spawn. Pick possibly onto the Gnar. He's going to hop away, and Western Michigan will just turn around and leave this one be. NIU has some nice damage come out there, as they will look to engage here. Nicely done with the dash over to make sure that Graves does not get stunned up, and instead it will be just because they aren't able to get the pick. NIU or Western Michigan will back out of that one, though they do open up the ultimate. Red team does steal the Mountain Drake as Jin was able to get it with the curtain call. Now this is going to be the stun onto Cassiopeia. Now a lot of damage comes through onto Space Marine. It's going to be Malphite still dying in the end as the heal does come through. Graves is going to die on the wrong side here of the fight, and NIU is currently in a 1-for-1 here. But that's going to be Kaisa doing a lot of damage in the bot side. Heal does come through, and that is going to be enough to grab one more for NIU as Rel goes down. And Elise is now going to grab something onto Summoner XD, but NIU will trade that right back with Space Marine 18, and it's going to be a 3-for-2 in favor of NIU, though they do lose the Mountain Drake. It was taken away with the ultimate there, the curtain call by the Jin. So NIU a little bit sloppily not getting that one, unfortunately, but in the end they do get the kill advantage in the fight, and 13-9, only to extend their gold lead to about 4,000 here in this game, 4,500. Gnar does have Mega Gnar available, so we will see how he's able to do this. Force of Nature actually completed on him. An item that we don't see as terribly often, but especially into double AP or triple AP team comps, we do see that a little bit more. And that is the case with this Malphite as well as Elise and Cassiopeia. Looks like the next item might be the Dead Man's Plate, as Malphite already has it, but it looks like that might be finished off by the Gnar here. Although he could also be going for a couple of different items with that one, with the armor as well as the winged chestplate. Looking across the map now, NIU does not have doesn't have a huge advantage in this game, but has the ability to take some of these things. Looks like Western Michigan might be taking a risky Baron call. With the Alistair there, they will just elect to clear out the vision, and NIU knows exactly how they want to play that one out. TPs are available, all three of them, across the game, so neither team really willing to commit to a fight here. Gnar going to continue to push in the bot side and grab his level 16 if possible. He's going to go ahead and just do a little bit of damage, still having that level advantage on the Malphite. Summoner XD going to grab his 13, and the only person down a level on NIU's side is going to be PCH, down to that Elise, despite being up in the farm just because of the additional 3 deaths in that contest. Elise going to be hovering, looking to see if they can't get a pick. Instead, it'll just be NIU looking to clear out this mid lane. Both teams looking to just farm out and see if they cannot get the objective. Now, this is going to be Graves getting stunned up, but able to dash away. And Elise won't find much of anything off of that one. NIU will continue to just push on out these waves, see if they can't 1-3-1 and force the side of Western Michigan to follow. This game is going to come down to a bit of cooldowns and who can master those fights a little bit better. Graves, or Jin, looking for the long range engage there to follow up, but not able to land it. Gnar able to just barely move out of the way of that one. And we'll see exactly which team is able to grab the advantage here very shortly. NIU, with this real nice shoving in some of these waves, they've been able to build out another additional 1,000 gold to their lead, sitting at about 5,500 gold right now. With them looking for the Baron, it'll probably be cleared back down to about 5,000, but should be a nice, comfortable lead for this time in the game. And are you going to have to look for a pick, though, if they're looking to engage both teams, not really wanting to lose and playing a little bit safe, just farming out and seeing if they will scale. Third Drake for either team is available in just over a minute. Looks like NIU will be the ones to posture towards that Baron, whereas Western Michigan would have inside track on that Dragon fight. NIU looking to clear out the mid lane. Three members of Western Michigan looked like they might have been roaming up towards the top side, but with Victor there, could have been a scary fight for NIU. Now Graves is going to go ahead and just try to deter them from doing this Dragon, but at the same time, NIU looks like they may be starting up the Baron. Elise is going to be starting in the mid lane here. NIU clearing out some vision there, and we will see. Nope, they will just collapse towards the mid lane, looking to see if they can grab a pick as Western Michigan had to try to check and see if they were doing the Baron. Western Michigan still has, as I mentioned, inside track on that Dragon Pit if they want to get towards the Drake Point. Whoever gets this next one would be on that Drake Point. But once again, we do just see the Baron dance happening for both teams, and NIU going to go ahead and look like they might be starting it up, and Western Michigan will clear out the wave to see if they can't get that one to go as well. It looks like the call may be for Western Michigan to finally just start up that Dragon. NIU says you can have Drake Point. Actually, they decide not to fight that. They decide not to go for the Baron, as they do suss out that this might be a split decision there. Looks like Elise is going to grab the Dragon, and after a little bit of a non-committal call, NIU is just going to go for the Baron. Now, this is a 4v3 in that one. Western Michigan does back off of the Dragon, and with Gnar there, he'll just be doing a little bit of damage to back them off of that. Neither team committing to either of these objectives, and just dancing around on either side here, seeing if they can't get the nice flank. Gnar always in flank position on this one. Alistair going to go forward. Now he's going to grab the Headbutt Pulverize. That's going to be the ultimate coming through from Gnar. Now the Cassio ultimate does miss. Rel is going to pull everybody back in. This could be the engage. Who's going to get the first kill in this one? It's going to be NIU. They're going to grab it onto Blue Tachyon, but that's going to be the kill going back on. Floxian is going to kill Crix. Dragon Magic is going to go down to Summoner XD. Now, that's going to be another one, as Space Marine is going to grab Baka. Now, Jin will get a double kill, but Dusk to Dawn is going to be the last one available, and he's going to be down to about a quarter health. NIU is going to grab this Mountain Drake in the 4-for-2 trade, and then they will grab the Baron afterwards. Actually, Gnar's just going to follow. This could be the delayed ace. It is going to be the ace. NIU is going to grab the Mountain Drake. They're going to run on up to the Baron, and they may start this one right away, trying to make sure that they have it late enough that despite having their jungler not available, in fact, they will actually decide to wait until their jungler is available for this Drake or Baron fight, but they will just grab the mid lane tier 2 turret. The safer play, they will continue to push it out with their double wave clear on the Victor and the Kaisa. Gnar backs away, 3, 1, and 10, and what an engage with the ultimate there by the Gnar. We will see if NIU is able to hold this out. The lead now is about 8,000 gold, and they will have themselves on Drake Point, Soul Point, I should say, being 7 kills up, 18-11, and this game may not be the cleanest game of League of Legends you've ever seen, but it is definitely a game that NIU seems to have themselves in the driver's seat of. They need to make sure they don't make a huge mistake and lose this game off of it, as that's going to actually be double control ward placed in the Baron Pit. Not necessarily the most useful use of that, but they will continue to farm out and see if they will have that available. TP's available for all 3 members of the teams that have them. And Elise actually in the right position here. She will be clearing out some vision on the Drake, or on the Baron side, but spotted out Jin and Elise on that one. Gnar just going to go ahead and grab the Gromp, and is going to be very close to level 18 off of that one. He will not grab the stun. Now, this will be a possible stun onto the... Nope. Graves is going to get out on that one. And cleared away with some vision by Western Michigan. Looking to get the pick onto Graves. Is going to just dodge out all of those little stuns. 18 on the Gnar as well. So he is fully leveled up. Has his Dead Man's Plate, has his Divine Sunderer, has his Force of Nature as well. Victor sitting in the right spot here. could be looking to grab a pick. They might be baiting Western Michigan in here. Now this is going to be a nice trade. Gnar able to get the nice stun onto the Malphite. Could be enough. He's going to just put a little bit more damage there, and NIU will again just back away, clear out some of this vision with their Victor, and look to see if they cannot just capitalize on Western Michigan stepping up a little too far. Both teams playing extremely safe, and now Bloodthirster has been finished by the Graves. He also has the Essence the Phantom Dancer, my apologies, as well as his Immortal Shield Bow, I should say. Kaisa, very strong, sitting on 4 items right now. Jin also sitting on 3 of his own, so very strong AD carries here, especially Jin when he lands that 4th shot can really blow up some of these carries for NIU. Victor going to continue to farm out. NIU very well playing this 1-3-1 composition. Victor clearing out the top side, Gnar clearing out the bot side, and then the rest of them sitting in the mid lane, and then always roaming back up to make sure they can assist each other on the fights. Malphite is roaming in towards this one, so the 5-man stack is available for Western Michigan in the at the Baron side. Gnar will push this out. He does have Mega Form already, so Western Michigan are going to look for a pick here, see if they can't grab one, and a lot of damage coming through from Victor, able to just keep them from engaging on them, and NIU could grab this bot lane tier 3, or tier 2. Now Rel is going to knock back in the Graves. Graves going to be forced to flash, and now the ultimate comes through from Malphite, and Alistair going to be killed off as well. No, not yet. He will go ahead, and actually now he will die to the curtain call. But it will be actually, this could be Western Michigan finding the Baron. NIU will grab the inhibitor turret in the bot lane. Gnar will continue to just push, and this could be a good trade. Will Gnar be able to grab enough to really deter them from taking this Baron? Malphite will back to do that. Will the Mountain Drake go over towards NIU? Because that spawns in just about a minute here, and Alpha Squirtle will get the inhibitor, but NIU will force the back away by Western Michigan, and with the Drake spawning in just over 20 seconds or so, 20 seconds now, NIU has inside position on this Mountain Soul, so they may trade one inhibitor and the Mountain Soul for the Baron, and if you're NIU at the lead, you may consider this worth. You can say, you know what, we'll give up some of these turrets to get back in this, and with the Kaisa already there, this is gone. NIU is going to grab the Mountain Soul, and there will be no contest from the side of Western Michigan. Gnar and Alpha Squirtle having himself quite the game and quite the series. Now this could be the pick onto Crix, as he does dodge away from that one though, so he does use up his... No, it does not use his ultimate, so that is available. The Unbreakable Will available if need be. Now this could be the pick onto Alistair. Nice stun up onto the side of Rel. Could be enough. Rel is going to be forced to flash. Alpha Squirtle 81 now does get his Mega Gnar. Gnar ultimate does come through. Elise is going to go ahead and force out the Graves stopwatch. That's going to be another kill onto NIU. Dust to Dawn is running away here, and NIU pinging onto the base for Western Michigan. They're going to go ahead. Gnar is going to force the flash from Dust to Dawn. He will be alive. Elise and Jin are just running for their life, and it will be 2 for 1. No, 2 for none in favor of NIU. There's the TP coming in from Gnar, and they will just push on through this mid lane. Will NIU be able to hold this? It is now 3 members of Western Michigan, the Elise, the Jin, and the Malphite against the world. There comes the current call. It's going to be missing the first shot, missing the second shot. There's the third shot landing onto Gnar, as it does the fourth, but Gnar is incredibly tanky right now, able to just back away, and they will take that second inhibitor turret, as well as now they will take the top lane tier 2 turret. And so NIU just going to continue to push out these waves, and this is a negative Baron power play for Western Michigan. Could very well be the advantage NIU needs off of these double exposed inhibitors and the inhibitor taken on the bot side. Gnar going to continue to push out the top lane, and will NIU be able to hold this? Now with the permanent buff of the Mountain Soul compared to the temporary buff on the Baron buff. 20 to 13 are the kills, 10,000 the gold lead. Though, as we have said, the later you get towards the 40 to 45 minute mark, as you notice, each of these champions is getting closer and closer to 18, level 18, and getting closer and closer to full items. At that point, it really comes down to execution, where the gold lead can't matter as much once you get past a certain point. So we're not quite at that point yet, as not all of these champions are at full build yet. So mind you, that is a very distinct point that needs to be made, that we're not quite there yet, but we're getting towards a point where this could be a pick onto Gnar. No, he does just back away. But we're getting towards a point where the gold lead may not matter as much. One bad fight could lose you the game. Baron has expired on everybody except for, I believe, the Mel fight in this one. And there's the Hex Flash coming forward. Doesn't end up being anything off of that one. So we've got this one coming through, and they will continue to push on through forward on this one. And are you looking to take this second inhibitor for themselves? Gnar is going to continue to push forward. Alpha Squirtle having himself quite the game on this Gnar, and he will now have Mega available. He does get the Boulder Toss. He's going to go ahead and grab two. Now the double stun as he gets the Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia ult does land, but this is going to be the re-engage coming through from Malphite. It does not land onto much. He's going to die, and this is going to be NIU flashing forward, grabbing the kills onto 3. That's going to be the ace, and NIU with the triple kill off of Summoner XD is going to take the series. They're going to move to 3-0 on the season and move on to face Buffalo on Wednesday. We'll be right back with the interview. I believe we're going to try to get Alpha Squirtle 81 off of the back of 2 really fantastic Gnar performances, but we will be right back with the post-game interview as your Huskies take this game on Saturday 2-1 and will find themselves at 3-0 on the season. Hello everybody, we're back, and we will be getting the interview done in just a minute with Quentin Alpha Squirtle 81 after off the back of 2 really fantastic Gnar performances out of these 3 games. We're going to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard as well after your Huskies took on Western Michigan and were able to take the 2-1 victory in the series. Looking at the out-of-town scoreboard, looks like Akron took down Eastern Michigan 2-0. Central Michigan also got the 2-0 against Ball State. Kent State took down Bowling Green 2-0. NIU got that 2-1 against Esports at Western Michigan. Northeastern took the forfeit victory over the Ohio Bobcats. And then Buffalo came back just like NIU did in their series after losing Game 1 and were able to secure that 2-1 victory over the Miami Redhawks. So that moves in. Taking a look at the standings, I believe that moves Akron, NIU, and Northeastern to a tie for first place at 3-0 on the season. We will be in. Let's go ahead and get the interview going here with Alpha Squirtle in just a second. We're going to wait for him to go ahead and join on in. But once they do, that was quite the comeback from NIU. They were able to grab that Game 2 and Game 3 victory. Game 2 looking a little more commanding than Game 3. The Game 1 really building off of... Game 1 was Western Michigan building off of their own lead, and NIU able to make the adjustments and find themselves the victories in Games 2 and 3, with Cricks making some really nice flank plays, as well as the same for Alpha Squirtle, able to get that those nice side lane wave pushes going on and able to correctly join the team. Now, it looks like we've got Alpha Squirtle here. Quentin, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, congratulations on the win today. Tough game 1, but you guys were able to come back and get the victory in games 2 and 3. How you feeling after today's games?
I'm feeling pretty good. They left open my NAR in the last game, so it was a pretty easy win when they didn't have an answer for it.
Fantastic. I mean, the NAR really did do some nice damage and nice work throughout the entirety of those 2 games that you were able to play it. Seemed like you've played NAR and you've played Orange so far this season. Are those the 2 picks we're seeing you mostly on this year, or are we going to see something come out at some point?
I mean, I've gotten some things in the works right now, but those are what I'm most comfortable on currently.
Understood. So it seemed like game 1 they were able to take that Olaf and just be able to snowball with it in game 1. But for games 2 and 3, you guys were able to snowball, and then 3 with some of those same picks like the Casio and the Jin. You guys were able to keep them from snowballing. Was that something that you guys recognized, or was it just a little bit down to the execution on that play style?
It was mostly down to the execution. Like, once they didn't have Olaf anymore, like, they had nothing that could just like steamroll our team comps. Like, they didn't have anything that could just run through our whole team. So they had to like actually play it a lot slower, and they just weren't playing it quite well enough. So we were able to get the better of them, and for most of the matchups.
Fantastic, and it looked pretty well played from there. Especially with some of those able to take. You guys kind of seemed like you had the tempo and you kind of controlled when the objective fights were going to be. So that seemed like a really well played game number 3. I guess looking forward to Wednesday and then Wednesday and then Saturday of next week. You've got a pretty big matchup on Wednesday against a Buffalo team that is now coming off of their second victory out of 3 games. They were able to take the 2-1 over Miami. How are you guys feeling going into that matchup now that you have a 3-0 record and it's you've shown some pretty good progress over the course of the season?
I mean, I think we're feeling pretty good, knowing that we started 3-0, and we don't have to worry too much about dropping a game or 2 here against some of the better teams. So I think we'll be able to easily squeak by to playoffs if we can't manage to find some wins against these better teams.
Yeah, and one of the things that I've noticed looking at it, we've got the a couple of times there have been games taken off of the top teams in the conference. So Northeastern had a game taken off of them by Western Michigan. You also saw that Miami was able to take a game off of Buffalo. So looking at it, the conference seems to be, at least at the top half, there seems to be a little more parity in the conference. Is that something that you guys are noticing and is really kind of driving you, or do you guys really still think that there's kind of these upper tiers to the conference?
I'll be honest, I haven't really watched a lot of the other games or even looked at their score lines, but from what I heard, I think Western Michigan won against Northeastern with like the Olaf pick again, so they probably just got like a really good draft and then snowballed it from there. Seems like with the new season, the new items, like snowballing is really easy if you get like a giant lead early. So
Gotcha.
I still think that some of the better teams are just still warming up and making a few mistakes in draft that might lose them a game or two here or there.
Gotcha. Well, that's interesting insight. So I appreciate it. I guess last question for you is you guys have had a great season so far. We've talked about looking forward to Wednesday's game against Buffalo. Are you guys and we've talked about how confident you're feeling there. So I guess with the oh my, I've forgotten my question. Of course, no. I think though that kind of covers everything. My apologies. This has turned into kind of the bad interview. But yeah, I think that we've really covered how you guys feel about this season. Is there anything else you'd like to say? I guess before we let you go, get back to your review session.
I think I heard that Buffalo has a challenger player as their top laner. So I guess I'm just gonna say I'm gonna try to get a solo kill on him in the series, hopefully.
And there you go. That's a fantastic goal for you. We do, he does have the challenger. I believe it was ranked 10 earlier this week, top laner. So we will see how that matchup goes. I wish you luck in the matchup on Wednesday. But until then, we'll depart. So good luck in your games on Wednesday, and hopefully we can talk to you again soon.
Thanks for having me here, Connor.
Yep, thank you. All right, everybody. So we are. That's going to be the end of the broadcast here. NIU takes it 2-1 in the reverse sweep. Apologies for the kind of lackluster interview on my end. Thank you so much to Alpha Squirtle for joining us. Always a pleasure to have him there. Likely on Wednesday we will try to talk to Space Marine 18, since we have not spoken to him quite yet this season. But as always, we will try to grab the player of the game as best as possible when we can. For everybody at NIU, thank you so much for watching. We apologize for some of the technicality issues at times. Apologies for forgetting to unmute at that one point. We also will see. We should see the NIU back in action at 6 p.m. on Wednesday against a very strong Buffalo team. And then they also will look to move to 4-0 at that point and keep themselves at the top of the conference. We also, if you guys haven't already, you guys have seen on the bottom left corner of the screen a bunch of other callouts towards other things, but we do really appreciate you guys for watching, and we would really wish to we really hope to see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching today's games. As always, you can follow up on social media: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, our Twitch. And if you would like to subscribe to the Twitch channel, please, to support our esports department's efforts, it will greatly help. Every Amazon Prime member gets a free sub, just like Wolf's Blood 02 was able to use earlier today. And you will get a tier 1 sub that renews each month. You just have to go in and subscribe each month if you have Amazon Prime. So please consider us today or in the future if you would be so kind. Also, if you are a prospective student or a current student, or if anyone you know or you is looking to join esports and be a part of something greater, please feel free to reach out to esports at niu.edu or see Vagle, VAGLE1 at niu.edu. And we would love to hear from you on what you might be interested in pursuing with our esports program. We've also got a website at niu.edu/esports. Very easy, niu.edu/esports. We'd love to have you come try out for our upcoming varsity teams in the 2021-2022 season. Be safe out there, especially with this snowstorm that's coming out today. If you're in the Northern Illinois area, be very careful, especially if you have to get out there on the roads. And, be sure to share your Husky pride. Also, one last thing, we didn't mention it today, but if you are so kind as to subscribe, you also have the options of subscribing at tier 2 and tier 3. Tier 2 is our supporter plus tier. It's going to give you access to the Doggers emote, and our supporter ultimate tier is going to give you tier 3 is going to give you the access to the in my sights emote. We thank you so much for watching once again. We can't wait to see you on Wednesday, and we will be back then. NIU takes it 2-1 and are now undefeated on the season, 3-0. Thank you guys so much, and have a great rest of your Saturday.